Morning world. We are back for a Monday. It is Monday, January 24th. And we had a weekend of sports. We've got a weekend of sports to break down as always. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. I appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with me for another morning. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do this every single morning, Monday through Friday, which is technically not every single morning, but y'all get my point. I appreciate the love. What's happening out there, man? We got a lot to break down today. We got a lot to get into. We had a wild weekend of sports this week. We got to have a reaction to one of the greatest football games I've ever seen in my life. Got to react to that Bills-Chiefs game. At this point, Josh Allen has to look at Pat Mahomes as a nemesis. It's the only option. Then we go down to Tampa Bay, Florida, asking the question, is Tom Brady done? Was that Tom Brady's last NFL game? I don't buy it. We got Spice in the comments already. What's going on, bro? Taking a trip a little bit north of us here. Probably getting a little more snow than we're getting right now. We got to break down, what is Aaron Rodgers' legacy? What the heck is it at this point? Is he just going to go down as another Brett Favre? Could that really be? Could we really be talking about Aaron Rodgers as another Brett Favre when this thing's all said and done? Which, by the way, still not a bad legacy, but... And Joe Burrow says he's tired of getting the underdog narrative. He's sick of it. His team has done enough. He's sick of the underdog narrative. And then, of course, going to the coaching candidates, especially here in Chicago. You guys know how we feel about our coaches, man. Did what we see change your perception on who should be the head coaching candidates in the room for some of these teams? Shout out to Clayton pulling up with us early. Then we finish it off with a little bit of Bulls talk, breaking down the Alex Caruso, Grayson Allen mess. We'll hear the audio from Stacey King and the boys over on that one. We appreciate you guys tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. Let's get into the show. How you guys feeling today? It's been an early morning for me, man. I'm not going to lie. Not just your normal early morning, you know what I'm saying? So for me, right, my morning consists of getting up, taking out the trash on a Monday morning. And I walk outside today and get slapped in the face with more snow. That was unexpected. But I got this weird thing now, right? Shout out to Cornelius in the chat, Bree Superfan. Shout out to Clayton in the chat, Bree Superfan. I got this weird thing now. Let me know for any of the homeowners if this happened to y'all, right? I'm excited to see the snow now. I'm excited to see the snow now because I know I get to use all my toys. I went out and bought a snow plow, went out and bought an electric shovel. By the way, if you guys have not invested in the electric shovel, you're missing out. You're wasting your back. You are wasting your back. Invest in an electric shovel. Save your back. Save your back. But I got all these fun toys, you know what I'm saying, that I get to use. Now I'm just like a kid in a candy store. Anytime I see snow hit the ground remotely, I'm just running outside to get the snowblower. Yeah, no, I got to get this up. My wife's looking at me crazy. She's like, "What are you doing out there?" I'm just blowing snow, just using the snowblower. It's cool to me. I don't know why. Like, for some reason, buying the house made me do this. For some reason, I've turned into every old guy on the block. I'm giving grass advice in the winter to the neighbors now. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, what's going on? Not for nothing, but you might want to throw a little seed down there before the frost hits. And then you get that in there before, you know, it all soaks in. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let me know if you guys had that same experience, man. It was interesting to see, right? Like, the snow started coming down Saturday night. I had a couple of guys over, social distance, all that good stuff, watching a football game. And I saw the snow start coming down. I got a little excited. I'll tell you what that means. Absolutely. First and foremost, I don't have to work outside anymore. Because there was just a feeling of dread every time when I would see snow, when I had to get up and go be blue collar. There was just that feeling of, no, they're not going to call it off tomorrow either. I'm sick of this already. Gary in the chat, Breeze Superfan, shout out to you. Spice says he loves the snow. Dog, I don't understand it, dog. It's definitely because I'm not out in it no more. Like, I get that part. And it's definitely because I don't have to leave the house as much. Because I'm normally just here with my daughter all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, dog. But I was not thrilled this morning. There is that feeling, I will say this, there is that feeling, right, when the morning comes, when you walk out and it's snowing after you just did a fresh plow, you know what I'm saying? You just like, I got that done, feels great. You walk out, it's just all covered again. The son of a, let's get it going again.
When you say fresh plow, we talking about the same thing?
No. The pettiest man alive entering the building, Mr. P.kidd, who was mad spicy all weekend. And by the way, definitely got to get on Kidd for absolutely moving the goalpost with
I didn't move the
confidence.
goalpost. I said he wouldn't blow the lead, and he didn't blow the lead.
With confidence, though.
He didn't blow the lead.
He
And if you
absolutely
check the
absolutely blew the
freaking
lead.
text, I had him winning by 3, and he won by 3.
You had him winning by 3, but then you also put out in the middle of the game that he would not blow the lead. Absolutely
A
blew the
blown
lead.
lead is a loss. He didn't lose.
No, a blown lead means that it gets tied because there's no longer a lead.
Well, it was a lead for about what?
No,
46 seconds?
It was how long did it take him to come back down?
46 seconds.
Did
They gave him 46 seconds. He threw 2 dots, and it was a field goal, and that's a wrap.
Oh, field goal to end it. Yeah, you're right. That mess was funny, though. I'm not going to lie to you. We had
I wasn't worried. I was like, the first thing I looked at was who had the ball.
He literally, I'm talking about, it was a solid hour later, but like the second Tom threw the touchdown to tie the game is literally the moment I picked up my phone and was like, oh man, I got to go to Twitter and see what Twitter's talking about. I'll bet Stafford won't blow a 27-3 lead. Wow.
Hey, listen, he didn't blow the lead.
Absolutely blew the lead.
To me, a blown lead is when it's okay. I can see a tie being blown the lead.
Tie, you no longer have the lead.
But he was never down.
He was never down. I'll give you that.
He pulled a Tom Brady on Tom Brady.
Pulled a Tom Brady. At this point, he pulled a Pat Mahomes because we keep seeing that happen, man. Let's start with it there, man.
No. The football we saw from them 2 dudes right there, that's probably the best football game I've ever seen in my life. That game was
up
cold,
there.
dog.
Dog, it's up there. We're talking about 25 points scored in the last minute and 25 seconds to send it to overtime.
There are 5 games I hold as the greatest games of all time. Patrick Mahomes holds 2 of them. That's one.
What's the other one?
Well, the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl game.
They were down like 16 points. They weren't supposed to win that game. And when you watch that game,
that was a heck of a comeback. Yeah, you're right.
They came back in the third, and you're like, this game is over. I can't believe, like, Jimmy G about to get a ring. They're celebrating. I'm like, yeah, this is about done. And then all of a sudden, everything flips. Like,
yeah, that's not a bad one. I give you that one. That was a great Super Bowl. I don't know if I hold that as one of the best Super Bowls all time, but that was a great comeback. In the moment, it felt like it.
That one, of course, I got
that Patriots win over the Seahawks for me. That's still one of the best Super Bowls. One of the dumbest plays I've ever seen in my life, but still one of the best Super Bowls.
I got Patriots of Atlanta over that one.
Patriots coming back over Atlanta is a great one. A lot of
That's
Super
just
Bowls in my
that's
best game
just
of all
pure
time.
locked in and focus right there. I mean, good Lord.
And then I'm not gonna lie to you, you almost got to throw that Arizona game from this season that we did on Monday night in the conversation as well. That was a crazy game. It didn't
But
end up. Hey, listen, it did not. Now, in retrospect, now that like multiple weeks have passed, it ends up meaning absolutely nothing. But
absolutely nothing.
so it takes a little bit of the steam off of it. But in the moment, like they complete the onside kick, get on it, end up going down, getting the points to tie the game. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty dope. It was pretty dope.
I gotta hold it as one of the game we saw last night as one of the greatest games we've ever seen because Josh Allen did absolutely with 4 TDs. Their receiver set an all-time playoff record.
Bro, I feel bad for him.
4 touchdowns had never been accomplished by any Hall of Fame receiver,
Bro.
and he had it yesterday. So I mean, it was
And it
one of
wasn't
those things.
Stephon Diggs. It was Gabriel Davis, y'all. Gabriel Davis breaks the record.
Dog, you if you sit there and just look at the game on paper and just look at the records broken and stuff like that, there's no way you have the you have I was about to say Bills losing that game.
No.
You don't have them losing that game. If you see Patrick Mahomes with
Hey,
13 seconds left,
no.
you're not saying he's going to tie this game. It's like, okay, yeah. And no timeouts, by the way. Well,
No,
no, they had 3 timeouts.
They
They
had
had
three
3
timeouts.
timeouts.
They had 3 timeouts. 13-point or touchdown. No, what did he get? He got in field goal position to tie the game with 13 seconds left on essentially 2 passes. And by the way, somebody want to cover Travis Kelce? He's still open right now. I've never literally. So we got the group text. We're talking about the game and like this is crazy, blah blah blah. And my guy Key just texts. He's like, "Why is Kelce always open? Even when he doesn't get the ball, he's still open. He's always open. Like I don't understand it. Put somebody on him. He's a tight end. He's 6'8". How do you lose that?"
Hey, he runs his route crazy. It's very simple. He just sits there and goes like this. Cut, I'm open. That's all it is. It's like, slight cut, I'm open. Like
Bro,
it's just weird. It's not even considered a slant.
It's listen, at this point, it's literally just Kelce. Hey, all right, out route. Yep. Go deep, run the fade, whatever you feel like doing, Travis.
How about
Like,
this? Can someone put somebody better on Tyreek Hill because that man burnt the crap out of that team in that play. I
hey,
mean, good Lord.
you know what? There
The
was a
dot
lot
that
of
he threw to hit that window too. Oh God.
dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. There was a lot of like when I look at things defensively, changed a lot. Changed a lot for my perception on who I want as the next head coach of the Chicago Bears based on this weekend. We'll get into that as well. But no, like you said, just
Oh, he broke you down like that?
who?
Patrick Mahomes broke you down like that?
Oh no,
He's like,
that
I
to
don't
me,
think the ball could do it now.
no,
No. That's Leslie, right?
Leslie Frazier, yeah. Well, I've never been confident about Leslie, but seeing that game to me was like, you're not calling this game well at all.
Mm.
I understand it's Pat Mahomes. I understand a lot of things about that you're facing are very tough, but you have one of the best defenses in the NFL, and you're not putting up a fight for 13 seconds. You can't give me 13 seconds. I got some question marks.
I don't know if you can blame him for that because he
I
can set the scheme. He can't make the players execute.
I could blame him for the play call of rushing 4 instead of rushing 3 and putting everyone in coverage because you know for a fact they're going to throw the ball. They started on their own 20. I'm not trying to sack Pat Mahomes here. I'm trying to keep the pass from being completed for 13 seconds. I would have rushed 2. I would have been like, everybody get back, stop the ball, or at least have enough people back to keep them from being in field goal range. Now listen,
I think Kelsey
it's
still gets
Pat
open.
Mahomes. Hey,
I think
Kelsey's
Kelsey
still
still gets open.
still
Like
open. It doesn't matter.
he could have did that and he still would have got hit with the dot. Like if you look at all the major plays, it's pretty except for that one, except the one against Kelsey. It was covered pretty well. But those two plays right there was like he did play back. He didn't rush initially, and then that's how they got 19 yards. Then he sends the rush, and then you get another, what was it, 20 yards just based off
Yeah.
the dot to
But
Kelsey.
even on that, you know what I'm saying? It's like at that point, he's going to Tyreek or he's gonna go to his dogs. You had Tyreek covered
Hey,
perfectly.
he went to Pringle a couple times.
You know what I'm saying? you had Tyreek covered perfectly. Now the first play is the McKinnon. The first play, all right, you know what I'm saying? He goes off, or was that in overtime? Was the throw to McKinnon in overtime? There might have been an overtime play.
I think it was McKinnon in the first one.
So he ends up he's gonna go to the screen. Screen instantly gets closed up. You turn around and you put that dot on McKinnon. He runs it out for about 19 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, broken down play. Didn't expect McKinnon to get that. I like what I see there. But dog, there's just there was a lot of plays defensively in that game where, yes, we can say, oh my God, Pat Mahomes is that amazing. But it's also like, I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like how you're calling this in the biggest moment right now. And Josh Allen gave you everything. Josh Allen, if I'm Josh Allen this morning, I wake up thinking, what more could I have done? There's nothing more he could have done. He gave you everything you needed to win this football game. Brian Daboll called every play perfectly to win this football game. This should be a Bills win at the end of the day. And because you couldn't lock us down on 13 seconds for 13, I get Pat Mahomes. It's Pat Mahomes. It's crazy, right? It's like blitzing Aaron Rodgers. It's like whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where it's just that dude. But you can't give me 13 seconds when I pin you at your 25.
We just saw two high-powered offenses, though. Like they both rolled off of 40-point wins the week before.
Yeah, but
So
this
it's
ain't
like
a 15th ranked defense here.
I get it. I get it. I mean, Patrick Mahomes sets up a field goal in 13 seconds. Allen had what, 30 seconds? He got down 30 seconds.
He got it down to 30 seconds. Yeah, we saw 25. Listen, here's the thing, right? Offensively, both of those are crazy. But let's not get it
5
twisted.
points in 2 minutes.
We saw a minute and 25 of craziness offensively. And we saw a minute and 25 seconds of questionable defense. Gabriel Davis on both ends. Gabriel Davis on that touchdown was wide open. He made his break inside, and there was nobody there to get in front of him. It was like, what? Like
Patrick Mahomes is overrated.
Yeah, it's a tough statement right after the game we just saw. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
Must be a
look
Bills fan.
Gotta be. Gotta be. The only explanation. I look at that and like the video if you agree. I look at that game last night as we saw amazing moments offensively. But at least on the Bills side, when you needed them to step up defensively, they shrunk. And they continued to shrink as the pressure kept getting bigger. That brings a question mark in for me for Leslie Frazier as a head coach. Because that's the moment for me where you have to have your guys getting bigger with the moment. That call it rah-rah, call it whatever it is, but one, I don't think the plays were called for you to have the best success, for your players to have the best success. And when you don't call the right plays in that situation, now maybe I'm wrong, but when you don't call the right plays in that situation and you get Travis Kelce with a 20-yard completion, you start to see him shrink more and more and more until finally it was like in the overtime, I knew the Bills weren't going to get a shot. I knew the Bills weren't going to get a shot to bring it back in. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew for a fact. I saw.
I feel like whatever team won the toss was going to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because this was not a field goal game. whatever team won the toss was getting down the field and scoring. So I don't, there's candidates on both ends, and so it's one of those things where it's like, eh. The funny thing is they both went further than we did. They both have, more. They've both have more success than the people we have in the building.
Well, we don't have nobody in the building left.
You know, I this is there's a lot of mistakes that we can sit there and harp on. Some of it can be play calling. I'm always take a 50-50 approach. That defense looked tired. They looked tired. They did. And you can't do anything about that as a coach. Like you can't manage fatigue like that.
But even
Um,
that's a prime moment to be like, hey, listen, my DBs might not be able to keep up with Travis Kelce. Maybe I should throw more DBs out there.
um,
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe I got to give my guys some help because I know for at that point in the game, that line wasn't getting through. You had 4 dudes rushing basically to do nothing. They were dead. And
no,
this is
well, you got to see
that's
the
still a
first
line
play
with
that
no
they
tackle.
had didn't go well because he did rush.
You said what?
He ran 3 plays. In the first play, Patrick Mahomes they did rush. I think they did rush 4,
No, they
and he
rushed
didn't
all
have
3 plays.
anybody.
No, they rushed all 3 plays. They
And
rushed
he didn't
4
have
all 3
anybody.
plays.
He got the ball out.
Yeah.
So I mean, like it's one of those things where it's like just like
Listen,
Josh Allen getting that last touchdown, right?
yeah.
Was that the was that whose fault is that for Casey for that happening?
That was
Because
bad
it's the
defense.
same play that Kelsey basically ran. It's the same play if you look at it.
No, not for the Gabriel Davis touchdown. That was in the middle of the field. He went middle of the field, cut. He came up, cut to the middle on a slant, and was wide open. That was
He
it was
wasn't wide open. It was a nice window. He
again
wasn't wide open.
a huge window, and again poor defense. Hey, Davis broke off his route, and there was nothing but open field on every side. You know what I'm saying? But I it's tough, right? Because like I went into that game, I'm not gonna. I picked the Chiefs to win. I actually picked the score pretty close. Shout out to you, boy. Off by only a point. Could have had a big day there. Haven't added up the scores yet, by the way, either.
I was 4-0. It doesn't matter. But I got to give you your credit. You did call
Off,
that one pretty
off by
freaking
only a
close.
point. Hey, part of me was like, just add that 1 point. Ain't nobody going back to check the tape. And I was like, nah, we're not gonna do that. It was that part of me that was like, just add that point to it. 42-35, 36. But no, but there literally as that game went on, right? I picked the Chiefs to win, so I'm kind of on the Chiefs side. I'm like, all right, let's keep it going, blah, blah, blah. As that game went on, I started rooting for Josh Allen to win that game.
He
As
balled.
that game went, I was like, fam, he can't lose this.
He
He's
balled.
giving them everything. He's given, and it just continues down the Bills choke legacy. Going back, are we talking 40 years at this point? They can't get the job done no matter what. 13 seconds on the clock. 13 seconds on the clock. You can't give me 13 seconds. Just goes back again to that Bills legacy, and that's tough. Josh Allen was an absolute monster yesterday, and the NFL, the only reason the NFL should not be scared of Josh Allen is because everything still goes through Pat Mahomes. At this point, I sent out the text yesterday. Josh Allen just got to throw in the Batman suit. Just go beat up Pat Mahomes because at this point you're a nemesis.
Oh yeah.
You reach nemesis level, bro. Like there's got to be some real hate there.
On the flip side, shout out to Pat Mahomes. 4 straight
Shout out
AFC
to Patty.
championship games. 4 straight AFC championship games. That's never been done. That's never been done. Not 4 straight. 3 straight has happened. Not 4.
4 straight AFC championship games has never been done. You might be right. It's too early to fact check it.
Somebody in the chat would be like, "Yeah, he said that, but it was wrong." It was like, "Hey, well, thank you,
Hey,
statistician. I appreciate it." But I
no,
don't
it's
believe. I
no.
think
Listen,
4
serious.
NFC games have happened. I think someone's held 4 NFC, but not 4 AFC.
I'm just trying to. Tom never did 4 AFC championship games.
He's never did 4 in a row.
Huh.
Tom is realistically like the Tim Duncan of the thing. I don't think. I think he has like one back to back, and then he has them like spread out over 3 decades.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna say, dog. The Bills went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. That's who I was thinking of. I was like, didn't the Bills win 4 Super or go
thought
to
they
4
went to 3
Super
Super
Bowls?
Bowls in a row.
It might be 3, maybe it's 4. I don't know. I thought they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. I don't know. Somebody older that was alive when that happened. Let me know. But
Wow, you
what?
wilding right now, dog.
Why? How's that wild? Being honest.
I mean, you
Yeah, I was gonna say the
just
Bills went to the
insulted.
Super Bowl 4 times and lost all of them. Hey, history of choking.
It's 4. All right, it's 4.
Hey, we bogus. Why we both was waiting on Jay Crit to send in the comment? You bogus.
I wouldn't wait on that.
hey, as soon as Jay Crit sent the comment in, it's 4. It's 4. Crit was there. Crit saw it. Crit
Wasn't
said,
and
and that
wasn't
hurt.
wasn't doing that. Wasn't doing that. I kind of was doing that. It's kind of doing that. Hey, listen. I looked at the chat. I was like, he would know, but
Dog, it's no, but it, you know what I'm saying? Like 4 straight, you won a Super Bowl in that span. You've lost in the AFC Championship game. You've been to 2 of the Super Bowls. It's crazy. Yeah, I'm saying that it is crazy to talk about that, especially seeing where Andy Reid kind of came from. You know what I'm saying? Like Andy Reid was the dude in Philly that, okay, he can get you close to the bigger games, but he's never gonna win those bigger games. For him to finally win one, for him to get to multiple Super Bowls, for him to get to, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a listen. I give all credit to Pat Mahomes. I give all credit to the Kansas City Chiefs. They played a heck of a game. I'll tell you this right now. I am excited to see them versus the Bengals because I don't think that's going to be the cakewalk a lot of people think it's going to be.
I also don't think that Joey B is going to put up a better performance than Josh Allen just put up. Though, like Joey B's been good, but that dude was great and still took a L. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
Joey B can do that. And
I
I
don't
know
think
one thing: he is an open target. For some odd reason, him and
oh,
landing on his back is just for like. Did he not just have an almost career-threatening injury the other season? Like you just got nobody protecting that dude,
hey,
huh?
hey,
They just
we got
snap the ball and hope he survives, huh? That's what we playing. Come on
hey,
now.
we've got an opportunity to go get an offensive tackle possibly and protect our franchise quarterback. Nah, go get him as wide receiver. Huh? What?
Now,
Huh?
mind you, I like the
I
balls on the
like the
call.
wideout. I like the wideout, but he's spending a lot of time in the turf.
Hey, listen, but it's probably one of the best wideout pickups we've seen in a very long time. It's a great tandem. They work
Yeah.
really good together. But I would have sold half the team to get some protection for this guy. 'Cause,
Oh, you
dude,
taking the old Houston Texans approach, are you?
man, listen, I would have traded everybody else to shore up that line. I
Yeah,
need him to nap in this freaking pocket. Did
yeah.
you not see him almost die? Like,
Listen, this is
nah,
my thing. I don't need him to nap in the pocket, but give him a second. I don't need him to nap in the pocket, but I need him to be able to like look up before he's like, "Oh God, here it comes." Like,
yeah, nah,
but
nah.
no, I'll say that like the
For
next
him not
round
to
to
be
me.
Brett Favre is like amazing to me.
You said what?
For him not to have like the turnover to TD ratio that Brett Favre has right now is amazing to me. Like I could see Joey B being like the Brett Favre of the league right now. Throwing you into a game, throwing you out of a game, simply because he has no line.
I think
Like
that's
if
what we
he
saw
had
Pat Mahomes do for a little while this year.
yeah, if he
He was literally just running for his life. Sweet Jesus! Oh God, interception.
hey, I don't see them winning because guess what? The KC is going to exploit that. That boy is going to get hurt.
Here's the thing though. The one thing that we didn't see versus this bill, because this was a good old fashioned like boxing slugfest. Like this was a 1980s boxing match where two dudes just like legitimately don't like each other, walk into the middle of the ring and just start punching each other in the face to see who's gonna fall down first.
They don't like each other?
Not that they don't like each other, but just like how they were going back and forth at it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. If I was Allen, I wouldn't like him though.
You're not gonna have, right? So the leading rusher for the Buffalo Bills in this game. Yeah, if I'm Josh Allen, I hate this dude at this point. But the leading rusher for the Buffalo, actually, no, you know what? I don't hate these dudes. I hate somebody on my team. Cause listen, Pat Mahomes is just doing what Pat Mahomes does. Hey, 13 seconds. I gave what you want me to give you? 3? Was it, did I score that touchdown a little quick for you? But your leading rusher for the Bills side of things was not Devin Singletary. It's Josh Allen. Devin Singletary had 10 carries for 28 yards. Josh Allen had 10 carries for 68 yards. The difference with facing Joey B coming into this week, which, by the way, the fact that he's been in the league a year and we're already giving him the nickname tells you how he's doing.
He's earned the nickname.
But he's not going to have the same kind of day that Josh Allen did because Joe Mixon's back there, and Joe Mixon is an absolute problem. And based on how Josh Allen was running on these mugs, there's no way you're going to stop Joe Mixon. There's no way, unless you plan on selling out, which is probably the worst thing you can do for Joey B, there's no way you're going to stop Joe Mixon. And that's the biggest, like, just like in the who they just played? The Bengals just played the. Give it a second. Brain is gonna work at some point. Not soon enough. All right, we're gonna check it out.
Mine should have worked too, and it didn't because I didn't care because they won. They played the Titans.
Bengals just played the Titans, right? The difference in that game, which was a very low scoring affair, was when they finally were just like, Joe, get us close. You see Joe Mixon on that last drive, boom, fighting his way through. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's that kind of a difference maker at the running back position. There's going to be, to me, it's not going to be the cakewalk that a lot of people thought. I don't know if I would pick the Bengals to win the game, but I think that the Bengals make it a lot closer than a lot of people are going to give them credit for because of the amount of weapons that they do have.
They won by 3 against the Titans, and Ryan Tannehill did everything in his power to give that game away.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan Tannehill sat there and said, "Hey, you're open. Not my guy, your guy."
Hey. I told my brother.
By the second turnover, I was like, "Come on, dog."
Bro, I told y'all, Ryan Tannehill is a dude that looks a lot better when Derrick Henry has 200 yards. Ryan Tannehill is a dude, and that's it. And he's just a better dude than most. By the way, I could absolutely see Mitch Trubisky winding up over there. Because I knew that topic was going to come up at some point in the chat.
Oh, Mitch? Mitch is gonna either go to Washington or something like that. Like I don't see him going to the Titans.
I could. Hey, y'all don't need me to do nothing, but every now and then throw a football AJ Brown's way. I could do that.
All right, early prediction. If he has a starting job, he's cracking 4,000 yards next season. If he has a starting job, he's cracking 4,000 yards.
Yeah, I can't see that.
He cracked 3,000 yards, and Mitch and Nagy didn't even let him pass. He was cracking 3,000 yards, and Nagy didn't even like the guy. Like, come on now.
Hey, listen, it's still. I'll tell you this: he's still got to complete those passes. We know when he gets in the game, he like to throw into that quadruple coverage.
Hey, listen.
He still got to complete those passes.
First 3,000-yard season, 95.4 QBR, 2-to-1 turnover ratio, which is, comparatively.
Hey, kid, I would hope you can when your defense is putting you at the 5.
Defense didn't put him at the 5 that whole season. That's another narrative thing that's
Hey,
just cap. That's just cap.
Hey.
It is
Oh,
what it
yeah?
is.
One of the best defenses in history, statistically.
They weren't always putting him at the 5. If they did, how does he get 3,200 yards?
They were putting them close, dog.
How does he get 3,200 yards if that's the case? You want to know who's always being put at a good position? Jimmy G. And go look at his stats.
Hey,
Jimmy G has seasons where he hey, listen. Jimmy G right now.
What did Jimmy G do this season?
Jimmy G this season did 3,800 yards.
That tells you all you need to know, because absolutely that defense been saving his life all season long. I want you to understand the reason that they ready to move on from Jimmy G is absolutely what we saw Sunday.
He didn't look too good.
Man Jimmy G did everything in his power to try and give that game away.
He didn't look good
Listen,
that game.
and he opened up a little special spot in my heart for how hard he came with that F the Packers at the end of that. You know what I'm saying? He hit that one hard. He came with the strong, hey, you're a legend, dog. F the Pack. That's what I'm talking about, Jimmy G. Exactly. I felt that. But that 117 yards, no touchdown, 1 interception is exactly who that man is.
Hold on, 131 yards. Got to give him his 14 extra yards.
My bad.
Give him his extra 14
Didn't
yards.
mean to short him to 15 on that one.
Hey, listen. That's a first down and then some. Okay, give him his first down.
The best part is, so I text Kid, right? I said, this is the reason they want to move on from Jimmy G and get Trey Lance in there. Kid says, but he just threw 2 dots. And I'm like, have you watched the whole game? No, like
that's the funny thing though. Like, listen, check this out though. He sucks all game, but for some odd reason in the game-winning drive, he's throwing the ball.
He's throwing dots.
He's getting it down there, and it's like it's one of those love-hate relationships where it's like he's bad enough for you to consider letting him go, but he's good enough for you to say he has to stay. And it's like you can't say anything about that. You can't say anything about
I don't know
that.
if I can say he's good enough. You know what I'm saying? Because like this is the problem, right? Even in the regular season, when he has those games where he does well and he does have the high passer rating and he does have the, you know what I'm saying? Like those are they happen throughout the season. He probably has about 6 or 7 of those. On the flip side, when it's bad, it's bad. But in the playoffs, it seems like there's more of the consistently bad side of things to where like his QBR was what, 55 on Sunday?
57.
Like, ugh. I'll bet you more of his. I'll bet you majority of his time in the playoffs is like that. Majority of his playoff wins are with him with a low QBR, and it's not even because like he's not getting the attempts. It's literally because at some point his coach is like, and Jimmy's about to Jimmy this mug. Like in that Dallas game, we just saw them take the ball out his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw him, you saw like San Francisco start to get a little momentum. Jimmy G dropped back, threw an absolute pick straight to the other team. And it was the last we saw Jimmy G for the rest of that game, pretty much. It's just like Kyle Shanahan was like, nah, you're not doing that, dog. You're not doing that one.
Nah. His other playoff experience, he was pretty solid. Yeah, he's pretty solid.
With what?
In 2019, he was pretty solid. Last season, was he hurt? Was he hurt last season? Why did they skip a year?
Because he was a backup for Tom Brady.
He's been in San Francisco for like 4 years.
Yeah, but he played with Brady. You said, why did they skip a year? Oh, he did. He was hurt for a full season, yeah. Since he's been in San Fran, he was hurt for a full season. 'Cause he was hurt for a full season. Yeah. Since he's been in San Fran, he was hurt for a full season. Yeah. Since he's been in San Fran, he was hurt for a full season. Yeah. Since he's been in San Fran, he was hurt for a full season.
It's one of those things where it's like it's very up and down. It's like a really good game, iffy game, really good game, iffy game. This season, he's just oh, man, he's had 4 atrocious looking games where he's just made right plays at certain points to kind of like justify it, but he's had some really bad games. It's been on decline since it's this is the 4th game, and his QBR has dropped every game. Um, so I'm not sitting there defending Jimmy G by any means. But what I will say is it's stupid to think Trey Lance would have did better because
No, not now.
he
But even
wouldn't have
Kyle
done better.
Shanahan said that. Yeah, I'm saying that's the one thing I'll give Kyle Shanahan. Like he's kind of come out and he's just been like, listen, kid's not playing, kid's not ready. I don't want to put him in the game. He's not going in the game. And then and even the week where he had to put him in the game, he's like, son of a. He's playing, but like, come on, dog. Like, we're running the ball. So it's such a weird dynamic out there, dog. Like, and that San Fran game too. Like, just seeing. I mean, listen, you got to have the conversation. Was that loss Aaron Rodgers' last loss as a Green Bay Packer?
Oh, heck yeah.
He had that look on the way out, like if he could have LeBron that jersey on the way out of Cleveland, he would have.
Dog, they are negative 45 million in that cap.
You still make that work for Aaron Rodgers. You figure that out. There's a lot of people getting cut.
They can't.
They can't.
They'd have to rebuild the team.
Listen, they can't.
And he doesn't want to rebuild.
Listen. They can't. If Aaron Rodgers says, hey, guys, I want to stay, you find a way to make it so he can stay.
It's like what someone said, another NFL executive, I forgot who he was. He was like the Bucks situation. The Bucks are doing something interesting where they have all this creative accounting going on, but eventually that bill comes due.
Yeah.
So
They
even
just
if they win, there's going to be a moment where they have to rebuild, and their time's going to retire anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's
That
perfect.
time may be now for the Green Bay, the way they worked everything out. That time is now. They kicked the can down the road to kind of get some of these people there, and they mismanaged some things, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
But that bill is due, and it's going to be one of those situations where you're not going to keep Rodgers and Adams, and if you don't have Adams, you might as well not keep Rodgers because he's not going to stay.
Well, hey, listen, it's 100% up to Aaron. You know what I'm saying? It's really about, is Aaron done here?
He's not done
That's really
playing, but he ain't. I think he's done with the Packers.
I think he'll keep playing for sure, but it's really about, is Aaron done in Green Bay? Because to me, like, first off, Aaron Rodgers says, hey, I want to stay here and finish my career here. You do whatever you can to make that happen. I don't care if it does cost you. Hey, Aaron, you understand we got to get rid of Devontae possibly, or you understand that this piece ain't going to be here, or this piece ain't going to be here. Hey, that's fine. All right, bet. If Aaron Rodgers says he's willing to stay, you hold on to Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is going to Denver, and he's going to take the Peyton Manning route and get a ring in Denver. That's what's about to happen. That's exactly what's Denver's prime.
I don't know.
Defense is set. Defense. All they need is a QB.
Defensive set, but you just got rid of your defensive coordinator, who was your head coach. So you're starting it all over again. Like, defense is set, but whole new scheme coming in, and we have seen here an entirely new scheme can change a defense completely.
That's true. I give you that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting
as far as talent is concerned. Talent, they have the right talent.
Yeah.
He's going to go into a situation where he's going to be competitive instantly.
I mean, it's really just, you go over there. What do they got? Tim Patrick. I don't know.
They just have a very solid.
Denver to me is.
They've always had a solid team. They've just been one big playmaker away.
To me, Denver is a team that Aaron goes to because he wants to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's because he wants to be in Denver. Like, I don't see him. Like, if you're gonna switch teams, why would you go to a new team that's gonna get a new head coach, that's gonna get a new scheme, that's gonna get a new, you know what I'm saying? Like, unless you want to just pick, and unless it's a situation where Aaron Rodgers says, hey, head coach that I've been wanting to work with, you come here and I'll get you this job. Like, if Aaron Rodgers LeBron's the mess out of this, then I can see it then.
Where else does he go? The Steelers? Different route.
Nah,
Steelers need a QB.
I don't think he goes cold weather again. I could see him if he throws his hat in there, I could see him in Vegas.
They're not gonna move on from Derek Carr right now. It makes no sense to move on from Derek Carr. Younger,
I could
got the
see him in
arms.
San Fran.
Now that I can see, which would be crazy. But I
He's
can see
from
that.
California. Did he grow up? He might have grew up a Niners fan. I think he grew up a Niners fan, if I'm not mistaken.
If
Um,
Vegas moves on for Derek Carr,
they wanna get rid of Jimmy G anyway. Yeah, I'm saying? Like, I could absolutely see him in Vegas. Or not Vegas, in San Fran. 'Cause
I can respect that.
to me, that team is set. You come in there, you got Kittle, you got Deebo Samuel. That team is set. That defense is already built. That team is set.
I
You know what I'm
agree.
saying? That one I could see, and I know I know he wants to get out the cold. At a minimum,
I
I
want to get out the cold. I'm telling you all right now. Every time the snow hit the ground, you counting your days. You are counting your days. In my mind, I'm already in a different space. I done bought a house. I done bought a car. I know where I'm going. I know where I want to eat for dinner in December.
hey, this is my favorite part, right? Kid
I'm
does
done,
all this,
dog.
and meanwhile, he's absolutely looking for houses in these cold weather states.
He don't know I'm
Hey,
Batman on the
hey,
low.
hey, he like we going to Texas tonight, and then his wife bring him a crib in like Country Club Hills, and he's just like,
What Pat don't realize is, guess what? It costs to be the boss, baby. Sometimes you just got to front that bill. I I wholeheartedly would just buy a crib and be like, you know what? Skip it, I'm out. And in this market, I could probably sell it and get more. I don't care. Like I'm telling you right now, I want to be able to have my top down in it every single day.
talking
I
about on
don't
a car,
want this. Well, I mean, if I took my top off, I mean, it's just my chest. I don't know what
right? No,
that's where you're going with it. It's just- I don't
no,
know. I just want to be able to walk out and not have to wear a puffer coat. Like I don't want to do that. Like I'm done. I'm getting old. I can feel the cold in my knee. I don't want it.
old.
I don't want
Man,
it anymore.
just hit 30.
I'm old. I don't want to do it.
Bro, I refuse to have that mentality, dog. I refuse to have that mentality of I'm old, dog.
First of all, I've always wanted to get old. The fact that I made it this far, salute
Yeah,
to me,
but
pat on
you're
my back.
30. You just like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm glad to be here. I appreciate this
No,
long life I've lived. Like, dog, 30 is not old. We
30
are old.
years in the cold is a long life, dog.
Hey, I
It's a
bet you,
long life.
hey, I bet you see what you don't understand is it's like keeping it in the freezer. You more fresh. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I get you.
We leave you out in the sun, you get a little wrinkly, you know what I'm saying? Kind of a raisinette. You don't want to see that.
Dog, I'm not gonna be erasing that, trust me. You know the one thing that was weird in Texas? There was like a THT clinic everywhere.
That's
They
not
take
surprising.
men's health seriously. Like, you feeling a little old? Boom, go ahead and get this shot. Oh, had a hangover? Boom, go ahead and get this hydration thing. Like they had more hydration spots down there than Vegas did. And I was like, all you do in Vegas is drink and stay out in the hot sun. I was like, good Lord. Hey,
It was hey, no, the funny thing is like for me, like I'm just refusing it. Like I definitely am getting I realize there's certain things that just naturally happen to your body. And not to say like I think I'm older up there at any point, but like I'm definitely getting to that point where like playing basketball on concrete for 20 years of my life, I'm starting to realize it was a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be sitting there and my knee would just be like, me like I ain't did nothing yet. Wait, hold on, dog. Like, what was that? Like to me, that's the one thing about getting closer to 30 that I'm realizing, like, maybe I shouldn't have played all that basketball at Belvedere Park on the concrete. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I shouldn't have been practicing dunking with concrete to land on my knees.
scientifically proven that you actually do start breaking down at a higher rate when you hit 30 because you stop producing so much testosterone, which is why I recommend you go ahead, go to your doctor, go ahead and make sure you address that before it starts happening. Because that's what ends up happening. Like seriously, all the people that we talked about getting older, it was like, why is it that when they say at 30 you feel it? Then I hit 30 and then I started to feel it. And then it was like, you know what? Yeah, I don't like this. How do we fix this part? It was like, nah, we're not gonna be 40 talking about some, I can't play ball and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be that guy. Like I'm doing whatever the heck I want well up into my 50s. So
No, yeah, I always said I was I wanted to be one of them old heads that like is still playing basketball and can still play. Like that one dude that everybody like, oh, he old, don't worry about him. And then you like lace a J in their face and they just like, oh snap, wait a minute. And then hey look, and then they play up and then you hit him with the drive and he's just like, hold on, dog, I thought he was 50.
you're sounding like an informal spokesperson.
He kind of
Hey,
is. But no, honestly, I just want to I say this. The winter definitely doesn't help us. But real hard to be the face of Chicago sports and not live here. That's the one thing I said. I was like, Jay Chris said, dude, I'm 57. I still haven't felt the pains Pimp is talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Crit. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're like,
Crit ain't played ball in like 20 years though. So,
Crit definitely just gave up on ball at one point. What was the last game, Crit? What was the date of the last game? That's serious though, dog. Must remember their last game. Usually because something catastrophic happened. Hopefully it ain't that. But Mugs usually remember their last game. Like that's what happened in the last game, man. I was coming down. My hip said nope. And I said, all right, bet. And then that was the end of the game. Yeah, what I don't know what Crit talk about out here. That's wild. But no, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and rocking with us early this morning. Hit that like button if you haven't done so. We got 51 people in here, man. Hit that like button. He said, can't lie, I was 52. Crit just got done playing, bro.
yeah, that's what's up.
Crit just got done playing. Shout out to Jay Crit, man. That's when you choose the cigars over hooping. But no, appreciate y'all, like I said, for tuning in and rocking with us, man. Hey, if you guys can't stick around and listen to the whole show or watch the whole show, I should say, here on YouTube, make sure you guys download the Kontender app, the Kontender, where you can hear nonstop sports talk while you're on the clock. You can listen to us live there Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 every week. Not gonna lie to y'all. We were talking pre-show. Me and Kid have been talking as well. Possibly in the future, might do a little schedule change just to make things easier on everyone else. You know, we keep it transparent here on the show. That's the one thing I do like about doing this show. We keep it real transparent. So keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like this you might one day you might wake up and we might be like, from 11 to 3. Yeah. Well, that was a long time. 11 to 2. We'll be doing this, but we're just trying to this is one thing that we really wanted to test out. This is one thing that we really wanted to add to the arsenal because it gives us an opportunity where we can come here and just be 100 with y'all, just be real with y'all, sitting here and talk with y'all. So we appreciate y'all for pulling up, for showing love the way you guys have. Shout out to y'all for the new show, man. Let's keep it pushing. Let's keep it going because we got a lot of topics on this top of the morning.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning. So we talked about Brady or Rodgers leaving, right? But here's the question for me. What's his legacy? What's his legacy? If Rodgers finishes the way he essentially just went out,
The greatest regular season quarterback you've ever
does he
seen.
take that title? Or does he already have it? Because I think
What?
that's the one we attribute to Peyton Manning most.
What
Yeah, I'm
greatest
saying greatest regular season quarterback. To be honest with you, he really got one. You know what I'm saying? He got the one versus the Bears where
I don't
absolutely
do that.
he was balling. Come on, dog. That second one
I
he
don't
got
do that.
dragged. That
I
second
don't
one
do
he got dragged to. Come on, bro.
you want to know why I don't do
You're not
that?
taking the
Because Brady
championship.
got dragged his first two. I don't do that. I think that's really disrespectful.
I'm not taking a championship away from him, but what I'm saying is, hey, listen, even if Brady got dragged to his first two, he still got 5 of them things that he was a big part of.
Hey,
But I'm not taking a championship away from him. But in the regular season, consistently, we saw Peyton Manning absolutely dominate. We've seen him throw 50 touchdowns. We've seen him throw, and then when he got to the bigger games, he didn't do well. When he got to that Super Bowl versus Seattle, he got his head stomped in. He didn't put up a fight offensively.
couldn't.
Defense was
He was
weak.
literally getting his head stumped in. The man was getting hit.
I mean,
He was getting hit. He's a pocket QB with no legs.
hey, they
He
would.
has no run in him.
Hey, but he played that team played well all season. Broke the single season touchdown record that year. You know what I'm saying? Like that team played well all season. It's just even going back to Indy, that's what we saw from Peyton. Peyton would have great seasons. Peyton really only had the one bad season until the last season of his career, but he really only had the one bad season in his rookie year. After that, you saw dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, Aaron Rodgers has absolutely moved into that territory, and I came in thinking the same thing. Greatest regular season quarterback of all time, but when the lights are brightest, you couldn't get the job done. I
You know
mean,
what? He's no different. I will put him more in the Drew Brees category. Um, that's where he is for me. Rings in that category matter to me, especially in the NFL. Like it does. It really does matter to me. So, and that's just my opinion. Don't have to be you all's. You all don't have to share it. Don't care. Yeah, no. I'm looking at their stats. I wouldn't pick Aaron Rodgers over um, Peyton Manning. I'm looking at their game-winning drive, stuff like that. No, it's not a way. There's no way in the world I'd have picked the prime. You know, prime versus prime. I'm not picking Aaron over Peyton. I'm just not. Um, but again,
but essentially, I mean, let's be real though. Essentially, very similar careers. Got the one. Other than that, a lot of games.
no, he got two. He has two.
No.
I'm
But
giving him
Aaron's
his
career
two.
is not over. Aaron's career is not over. Aaron can still get it.
Aaron Rodgers is not getting another Super Bowl.
A lot of people would have said that about Peyton Manning, especially coming back off of neck surgery.
The reason I say that is because now the way the league looks now, it's just too many great QBs playing at the same time. And he's going to a new system, new team where the changing of the guard is happening right now. This is the best time for Brady to leave. Brady can leave knowing that he put the fear of God in the team because, yeah, he almost came roaring back. I have to give him that. I'm gonna hold on to what I said, win by 3. But like in all actuality, Tom Brady was what? If Stafford doesn't recover that fumble from having 2 games in which they were down, double digits came roaring back. That's just a legendary thing. This is the best time for him to roll out. It's just over. The game is moving on, and the game and Aaron had his opportunity. He had a window. That window's closed. May sound stupid, but do you think that he's going to be in a position where he beats Patrick Mahomes? Think he's going to beat Josh Allen?
If he
You think
goes
he's going
to if he replaces Jimmy G, yeah, with that team, yeah.
playoff wise? He didn't show me nothing that like honestly. Why didn't he beat Jimmy G now? He
I'm
still
with
just
you.
put up 10. Hey, he still just put up 10 points.
I'm with you. Hey, he didn't put
That's
up no points.
absolute.
He didn't put up no points. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
absolutely on him.
agree with you. I agree with you. Listen, Aaron didn't do enough. Aaron, that's why I said like it does it to me right now. We're talking about the greatest regular season quarterback of all time.
Which to me ain't saying much.
But that's what we said about Peyton Manning. That's what Peyton Manning was his entire career. That's what he was donned because he couldn't get the job done in the biggest game. That's like, yeah, I'm saying like I look at that and say, listen, still a very good quarterback, still a Phillip Rivers with a ring, if you will. Could still finish his career with a second ring.
Phillip Rivers with a ring.
Phillip Rivers with a ring. Phillip Rivers a really good regular season quarterback.
That's an interesting little
Phillip
comparison.
Rivers a really good regular season quarterback. But when you need that drive, guess who's gonna be there to let you down? Big Phil with the pill.
No kill Phil. No kill Phil.
Kill Phil.
Phillip Rivers with a ring.
but no,
Okay. All right.
it's you know what I'm saying? Like I look at
I can see it.
that. I look at how Aaron Rodgers has played, and unless he goes on an incredible run where he finishes career like winning 2 of 3 or something like that because he goes to a team that's handmade for him, the legacy to me, I mean, honestly, I would put his legacy on par with what Brett Favre did.
I take that back. I don't call him the best regular season QB ever. He's just the most efficient QB ever. Statistically, he has to be the most efficient QB ever. But that doesn't always equate to wins.
Well, in
And
the
that
regular season,
football is that nuanced of a game where it's like you can be the most efficient QB. It doesn't mean you're winning games. Just like you can get a triple double doesn't mean that you're gonna win the game.
very rarely do you see this is there's a difference in efficiency though, right? Like when you're efficient and you're throwing 4 touchdowns in a game, that's a different efficiency than a game manager who throws 2 and no interceptions.
Well, it
Like,
depends. If you did you throw 4 TDs off of 178 yards and your defense got you on the 5, which we like to kill people for, which I don't know why. Or did you have a game where you threw for 350 yards and you threw 2 TDs and you have no turnovers? Like the reason if your
yeah,
yards
we haven't
if your
seen
yards
Aaron.
go up and your attempts and your turnovers are down, then your efficiency is high because you have more opportunity to create a turnover. So it's
Yeah, but
like,
that's who Aaron is.
yes, I mean,
Aaron's more
Aaron's on both sides of the spectrum. He's had games where he absolutely can be captain check down, and it's like
win.
Aaron does it all the time. Like
Aaron
I
usually
don't know what we
flips
look
this
at.
off.
Aaron Rodgers will absolutely hit the check down in the heart.
Aaron
That's why he
Rodgers will hit the
creates.
check down. He's not captain check down. Aaron Rodgers will absolutely take a deep shot. Captain check down is your boy that was down in New Orleans who literally lived off the check down when he had receivers blowing past people down the field. There's a
Nah,
difference. Aaron Rodgers is going to hit the open man. But if the
nah.
open man's Devontae Adams beating his man downfield, that's who he's going to hit.
I don't like how they have efficiency based off QBR. Because if we're looking at it, Patrick
QBR is
Mahomes
based
leads
off your
Aaron
efficiency.
Rodgers.
It's the other way around.
Say what?
Your QBR is based off your efficiency. It's the other way around.
Well, I guess what? Patrick Mahomes is a more efficient QB than Aaron Rodgers, apparently. And
Okay.
Deshaun Watson is the next after Aaron, which is wild to me. Aaron and Deshaun are tied for the second highest in efficiency.
Why is that surprising to you?
Because Deshaun Watson ain't played.
Oh, but it's for a season.
It's
It's
based
not.
off what he's done. I
It's
know.
based off for a season. Yeah, that's not surprising to me at all. It's not surprising to me at all. Like they're
Guess who's number 4?
Tom.
Russ.
Also not
Breeze is
surprising to me.
Breeze is 5.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins is 7. Dak is 6. Tom is 8.
Yeah, none of those names surprise me. So what's Aaron 3?
Aaron's 2.
Aaron's 2. Yeah, that's not surprising to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird to say like a Super Bowl winning quarterback that's done as much as Aaron Rodgers has done you're talking about his legacy being. I mean, it's still. I guess we're still talking about his legacy as Hall of Famers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, is he this Hall of Famer or is he this Hall of Famer?
To be fair, Super Bowl winning QB, one of the most
Yeah,
efficient QBs we've ever seen grace a field, winning playoff record, winning season record. Like,
one of the most talented QBs I've ever seen on the field.
like in all actuality, the man's legacy is fine. Like we put the stipulations of fans, that is, of because he doesn't have multiple rings. And at the end of the day, like there's a lot of Hall of Famers
Mo
who have one ring. You know what I'm
or
saying? Like or none, right? So it's like
not.
football is just that type of game. You're not
Yeah,
gonna have too many Tom Brady's ever. Like realistically, on that level, you got three people: Brady, Montana. Who's the other guy?
Young.
Young. There you go. You got three people,
There's
right?
a Terry Bradshaw has multiple rings.
Well, not multiple. I mean, over four. Who has four more? It's Brady. It's Montana.
Brady, Montana. I don't think Young has 4.
I think Young has three.
I think Young has 3. Troy. Doesn't Troy have 4?
Troy has three. And Troy was a horrible quarterback. I don't care what nobody.
Hey, dog. Hey,
Troy. Hey, Troy's numbers are atrocious, and
hey,
Troy's game management is
I'm glad
atrocious. I
that
don't
we
care.
finally getting to that point where people are starting to realize that some of these Hall of Famers were not good players. Like Dan Marino was really a good quarterback. Troy Aikman was throwing that mug up there for Michael Irvin to
I
catch him.
forgot who I was looking up because we started talking. I typed in Troy Aikman. Like what? Who was I looking up, dog?
Quarterbacks with 4 rings or more.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, I looked at Troy's numbers. Atrocious.
Troy got 3. So it's I got it here. Yeah. No, this can't be. Because I already see a quarterback on here who's not on there.
Who?
The first name it showed Tom Brady, which was right, and then it was like then it said Peyton Manning. So it's only let me see.
I thought Elway has three.
No, so it's Brady, Montana, and Bradshaw. Brady, Montana, and Bradshaw. That's it. Yeah, I know Terry has 4.
So if you look at it, that's the 1% of 1%.
Yeah.
Like to make the hall,
That's
you're in the
less than
top
1%.
10% or whatever of the league. The upper echelon, like there's levels to the Hall of Fame. They're like there, right?
Yeah.
Not everyone hits that, and that's okay. Doesn't mean you weren't good. Heck, Aaron Rodgers probably would outdo Tom Brady any day of the week. Doesn't matter.
Not when it mattered most.
Like it doesn't
Not
matter.
when it mattered most.
Like the most skilled player rarely. I mean, let me not say rarely, but there's some really skilled people at their position who don't have the same success as some of their counterparts. And football is just one of those games where, hey, Drew Brees absolutely should have more rings. But how many times did we see his defense just absolutely fail him? He doesn't play defense. We've seen him have a Patrick Mahomes like game. Well, it was 30 seconds. Drew Brees with 30 seconds driving down the field, you knew you were getting a field goal.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, and that I think that's why, you know what I'm saying? Like that's why you look at this season, this game as did this hurt Aaron Rodgers' legacy? Because the defense, like Aaron Rodgers has never had a defense. Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees with a defense
dog,
is
they
a
failed
deadly
that man so
quarterback.
bad. Drew Brees is
Drew
one of my
Brees has
favorite
never
quarterbacks
had
of
a
all
defense.
time. You know how
Man,
hard it was to be a Saints fan?
one year they brought in Rob Ryan. You know what I'm saying? Like
Dog.
Aaron Rodgers had a defense that held the 49ers, who also kind of held themselves, to 10 points. And Aaron Rodgers didn't get a touchdown. Now, granted, the San Francisco defense was in his backfield all day.
All day. They put pressure
That
on
San
him.
Francisco defense was lighting Aaron Rodgers up. Maybe it's more so on the Packers. Maybe it's more so. But we've always seen Aaron be able to beat that. We've always seen Aaron be able to, when the pressure's on, step up, move out of the way. And this was the first time where he wasn't. I mean, honestly, where it just got too much. Like normally in the games he loses in the playoffs, it's like he didn't go to the Super Bowl one year because what'd they do? The on a onside kick, Buddy muffed it, right? It's not on Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers did everything you did. Last season, didn't go to the Super Bowl because he just got outdueled by Brady. Now I think he could have ran that ball in, but at a minimum, he got outdueled by Brady. Okay, the GOAT beat you. There's rarely a time where I can look at it and I can be like, Aaron Rodgers didn't do enough in this game. That's how I felt Saturday. That I watched that game and I was like, I understand that they were in your backfield all day. San Francisco did some good things, but I've seen you beat that. I've seen you be better than that. I've seen you beat this team handedly.
The game is the younger QBs we have now have absolutely understood that they have to do more, and they do more. Aaron Rodgers is still of the ilk of behind the line throwing dots. And it's not a bad thing. Listen, there's always going to be a pocket, QB or pocket, someone with good pocket presence and all that stuff. But now look at Josh Allen yesterday. I think Chris just mentioned, put somebody in the tent. Like, if Patrick Mahomes extended the plays the way he does, like all the good QBs that we look at now, maybe except for Joe Burrow, they're all very mobile quarterbacks.
Well, Joe's pretty mobile. Joe just be running into other people.
Yeah, that's not very mobile.
Hey, Joe go to run away from the dude over here, and he's like, "Oh, it's somebody here too." God dang it!
I know we joke, but I really hope they help that kid.
Hey, dog,
I
you got to
really
build
hope they
him a
help
line
that
this
kid, man.
offseason, dog. You got to build him a line.
He's the most sacked QB after a major injury. Come on now.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta be better. Y'all gotta be better. But I look at all the good QBs who are on the rise and stuff like that, and it's just time. It's just time. And that's really hard to say. And I don't want to seem like I'm giving up on Rodgers. I'm not giving up on him. But if Rodgers doesn't touch the field again, I don't think his legacy changes. If he goes to another team, eventually we're going to see his production drop off. Eventually,
yeah.
which is why I think Brady should retire now. He retires with one impeccable season, 5,000 plus yards. I mean, 44. He's second oldest person on the field. Period. Now, no, he's the oldest person on the field now.
Oldest person on the field, yeah.
I mean, he's telling people to go check. Ask your dad about me and his
Hey,
facts.
that was Leonard Fournette. He said, "Hey, I played against your pops. Go ask your dad about me." What? Man, throw me the ball. Tell me, ask my daddy.
Disrespectful.
Hey, that's a wild thing to say. But
Good
no,
thing that was his teammate.
I look at I look at Brady's legacy differently. Like I would rather Brady leave this year. Me personally, y'all know how I feel about it. I hate to see the drop off. I would rather this be LeBron's last year. I would rather this be Brady's last year. I would rather see you go out as the player you were and be amazed by what you were than see that last year. And I thought, dog, I swear I thought in the game we got it. I swear when who hit him? Was Leonard Floyd? It was either Leonard Floyd or Von Miller. But when they landed on Brady and he was just laying there, I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that it?
It was Von Miller. He popped that
Oh
fumble from
God, is that it? Brady was just
Mhm.
laying there like, please just put me out of my misery. And this is before the comeback. This is in like the third quarter. I thought it was done. I was like, oh man, this is how Brady's gonna go out. This is the worst thing you could have seen. And then he gets up and then he leads the comeback, and it's like, no, okay, he still got something left in the tank. And here's the thing, right? Brady's gonna be better than probably 70% of the NFL if he
Because
keeps
he's
playing.
smarter.
Because he's smarter, because he knows what to do, because he's well protected. This game, he wasn't as well protected because he didn't have his right tackle out there. But for the most part, he does a good job of being pretty well protected.
Brady knows the cerebral part of the game better than anyone. There's nobody out there that knows it like him right now. Nobody, not even Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers can't do what Tom Brady does in those situations.
Well,
And you
Aaron
know how
still
we
has
know? Because he
Aaron,
ain't did it.
Aaron, Aaron still has ability that Tom doesn't have either. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a lot more you get a lot more savvy when all of a sudden you go to make a run and you like, I ain't getting there as quick no more. Hey, and that 10 yards seemed a lot longer than I thought it was.
Can you imagine how dominant Tom would be if he had Aaron's ability?
Oh my God.
Right. And so, and even still, I don't think there's a large margin there. I know there's a difference, but I don't think it's big. I don't think that gap is big at all. Like I really don't.
Well, this is what I'll say, right? A lot of times you're cerebral when you don't have the ability, and that often times makes you better. So Tom has enough ability, but he needed that little bit of an extra boost, and that's where the knowledge of the game comes in. And not to say Aaron doesn't have Aaron absolutely is knowledgeable about it and is probably a football savant if you sit there and just pick his brain with it. But Aaron still has the talent to where, yeah, that's not a good pass for most people, but that's a good pass for me. And more times than not, he's right.
More times than not.
Tom, at this point in his career, has to make the smarter plays because even though he's still got the ability to get the ball downfield, he's not he's not that I'm gonna dot you up 50 yards down the field because I know I still got the cannon to make this play happen. He's not over relying on his ability. He brings the ability out when he needs to, but he's relying on what the defense is giving him, what's happening on the field. To me, we see that a lot, and it often works out in the players. LeBron's kind of doing that later in his career. Now, LeBron lately, since the team is kind of shifted in the wrong direction, has turned into like, I'm gonna just score every bucket I can and still be a great athlete and still do everything I can to keep my head above the rim, which is still wild to me. Especially seeing DeMar DeRozan just get dunked on yesterday and then just barely rim grazed to try and answer is.
I understand that he takes care of his body, and I absolutely respect it. That man was on something. I maintain that one. I don't
Hey,
care what
listen.
nobody say.
Hey, it ain't.
The Barry Bonds cocktail is real.
Hey, it ain't on the list. Long as it ain't on the list, you good, my boy. You can be on whatever you want, long as it ain't on the list.
Hey, apparently so.
I mean, listen, it's only illegal if it's on the list, right?
I look at the couple things I will say though. People like Matt Stafford, it's just their time right now. Matt's 33.
Yeah.
Russ, like, I just don't see him. His legacy is fine. Like Aaron Rodgers,
essentially, everything's opened up because Brady's getting ready to possibly leave, and so now everybody's like, "Get a ring when you can."
yeah, I mean, realistically, the moment he left the Patriots, though, and they broke up that thing, it was get a ring when you can. He just so happened to he pulled a Shaq. I leave the Lakers, I go to the Heat and get a ring. You know, like you knew they were going to be good. You knew he's gonna retool and be effective. But did I think he's gonna have the same level of dominance? It'd be crazy to think so. He's done it for too long. He's over there. The drive is not there. Well, I can't say that because that's apparently he wants 10. But like,
I was gonna say I can't say the drive ain't there because he absolutely is out here. Still, hey, listen. That comeback was about to happen if the defense holds up one drive, dog.
it's happening.
Hey, there is no part of me that doesn't believe if the defense gets a stop. First off, how do you let? Hey, dude. Hey, not for nothing, but it's one dude on this field you need to worry about right now, and it's Cooper Kupp. And there he goes. But they let Cooper Kupp get behind him. Dog, I'm telling you. You get Brady that ball back with a chance to win it, or that thing goes to overtime,
Oh, it goes overtime. Brady's moving on.
Brady's still in the playoffs.
Mhm.
He's still got that drive. I like Clayton. He better call Frank Thomas. Get Brian and Brady on Nugenics.
Well, with that being said, I know we had the Joe Burrow title, the underdog talk, which I get it, but relax. Like if it's really your real first season, you were the underdogs.
I
Shut
like
up.
that he's cocky about it, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, their whole team is cocky. The
I love that he's
McPherson dude
cocky.
is cocky. I like him
It's
too.
like it's like Kendall Gill said about Orlando after they beat the Bulls yesterday. He was like, they're too dumb to know they're not supposed to be in this game, and that makes you better. It's like you don't realize I'm supposed to be scared of DeMar DeRozan's mid range. I'm supposed to be scared of Derrick Henry running up the middle of the field. He's like, this seems too young to be worried about it. Like,
Hey,
good lord,
guess what? That same attitude, the attitude, the attitude works well, and we praise it when it's a team with better talent, Memphis Grizzlies. And the attitude kind of is like a double-edged sword. You think it's ignorance when it's a bad team, Orlando. So it's like if the NBA basketball in itself is a confidence sport. There's very few people they practice. I'm telling you right now, for those who put the time in the gym, they can shoot and they can score at will. It's just all about confidence. So whatever. In football, whole different beast. You can be confident, but you absolutely have to have something a little extra because
hey,
you're getting hit.
hey, you got to be a little less cocky though. You know what I'm saying?
Because
You know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
absolutely make
Jalen
you the
Suggs came
worst.
through with the magic across the chest, and he's doing this one here, and it was like, you got to be a little less cocky in football.
Hey, now I'm gonna
Hey,
absolutely make you eat that.
You see Joe Burrow do this in the middle of a game with Bengals. Just know somebody's coming on the other side of that mug. Bow.
He gets hit way too many times. He gets hit way too many times for all of that. He better stop it. He
Fam,
better chill.
Joe Burrow has had the stripes on his jersey ripped off. He's had his name patch ripped off. He's been hit so many times.
He's gonna be the next Andrew Luck. That's sad.
You know what though? They said Andrew thrived off of that. Andrew Luck was also built for it. But they said Andrew thrived off of that. They said Andrew Luck was the only. They said there used to be in meeting rooms for the defense. I think it was Von Miller said it. Said there used to be in meeting rooms for the defense, and they would be like, if you hit the quarterback, he's gonna fall. If you hit the quarterback, he's gonna turn the ball over. If you hit the quarterback, he's gonna turn the ball over. He said they got the Andrew Luck one week. He was like, this dude different. We can hit him as much as we want. It's not gonna matter. So kind of hit him, but also keep an eye on the ball because the ball's still gonna get there. By the way, Andrew Luck looking bad since retirement. Did you see him at the national championship game?
No.
Oh, him and RG3. First off, that was a wild grouping together. Let me see if I can pull the picture up. Looking bad since since retiring. Not a good not a good look. Not a good look for Andrew Luck. Looks like he hasn't done anything since he left the NFL.
As he should. Like, what do you want him to do?
You know what made it worse though? I'm not gonna lie to you. It made it worse because since leaving the NFL, like RG3 looks great. And like RG3 actually just look like he's aged perfectly. Like, oh, just good looking dude out here. I'm just making it happen. I'm just trying to, keep it going. And we talking about dog. Hold on, let me pull this up here. Let me see. If I can get it.
RG3 is actually still on TV, works out, has a workout thing with his wife.
Didn't know about the workout thing with the wife.
Yeah. They tried to kill him because his wife was white. I don't know why that was a problem, but Twitter and the whole
Twitter.
space can be People just want to be triggered over anything. Like, how you get triggered over somebody else's choices? Like, how does someone else's choice of who they want as a mate affect you? Like, shut
Bro,
up.
that's the
Like,
world we
people
in.
live too vicarious. They depend. No, I said it right. They're living vicariously through athletes and celebrities way too much. Go get a life. Go do what you want to do.
They don't want to do nothing. That's the problem, dog.
That's a clip right there. Go ahead. That's a motivational clip. How are you gonna be triggered over what someone else does? Like celebrity does like
Because they live their whole life through somebody else.
I
They live their
cannot
whole life through
understand.
somebody else. That's why the Kardashians are popping. That's why you know what I'm saying? Like, people live their life through somebody else. That's all they be worried about.
That's why I never wanted to be famous. Never wanted to be
I don't
famous.
know.
That stuff is stupid
Hey,
to me.
listen, if y'all want to live your life through me, go ahead. Just know I'm gonna live my life. if your choice is you want to live your life through me, have fun. But there's nothing you say that's gonna affect my decision.
That's a fact right there.
And there's nothing that you do that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
let's see here. I got the image
I
here.
want you to
Let's share.
understand this real quick. When I say I don't care, I mean it. Man, I mean it. I don't. Oh, yeah, he definitely didn't dress for that occasion either.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
He
that
looking a little
suit
rough.
on RG3 though, nice suit.
First off, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought RG3 was Shannon Sharp when I first saw it.
My man's out here looking good. Check this man out.
RG3 looks great. RG3 looking great out here. You know what I'm saying? Look like he had a nice career. He's in the what's that called? The media now. You know what I'm saying? Doing good things out here. Andrew Luck looked like he chops lumber every now and then, and might be a part of a meth group. Man, tough look for Luck right now. Not gonna lie to you.
It's the stash. The stash it makes him look so much older.
Horrible mustache.
And then it's his
Horrible mustache.
honestly, it's the fact that he wore that.
Hey, fam, he did pull. Hey, this is the thing, right? I wonder if he knew he was gonna be on TV.
If you know you're gonna be on TV, you gotta dress better than that.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder if he knew that this interview was happening because he came dressed in a t-shirt, not even a t-shirt, a polo that's not buttoned up, and an overcoat. He looked
I
like
don't understand it.
he looks like he's ready to flash people at the park. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a bad look for Andrew Luck right now.
Wow, dog. You gotta relax.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying,
You
dog.
gotta relax,
Clayton,
man.
great line right there as well. He looked like he might do country porn. I don't know what that is, but
And I am not going to Google it.
hey, now everybody just
I am not going to Google it.
shout out to Cass. He said Andrew Luck looks like he give unsolicited advice at Home Depot, but doesn't work there. He's shopping too.
So you're trying to say he looks like a general contractor?
Hey, dog. Hey,
Dak, he
that's
does
exactly,
look like a long lost Mario brother.
bro. That is exactly what that dude looks like. He look like the dude to be like, what you here for? Oh,
Yeah.
you need outlets? What
He
kind
look
of
like
water?
Luigi's dad. Like hey, slap a green hat on him right now. You can't tell me that's not it.
This is the thing, right? Too. This is my problem. You made a lot of money in the NFL. You buying the coat off the rack, my boy?
You know what? I don't know if the coat is probably a hot piece. He just don't know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? Like that coat could probably be like a Ralph Lauren coat that was just like. And first of all, is that a trench coat or is that a top? Is that a sport
Come on,
coat?
bro. That's a Steve Madden special right
That's a
there on
sport
that
coat
coat,
right
bro.
there. It looks like
That is a
just a
Steve
regular sport
Madden
coat.
special.
Ah, you out here bad, my G. Nah, I can't do that.
I'm telling you, bro.
I can't do
That's from
that, dog.
This John right here is from Burlington Coat Factory.
You know what it is? It's too big for him for one.
It's too big.
It's
That's what
too
I'm
big.
saying. You just went and copped it off of the rack.
It's hey, you I'm going through a transformation right now just because I want a particular look. So I haven't really upgraded my wardrobe in all the places I want to yet. Suits are definitely where it's coming from. But
Shout out to RG3 here. Look at this suit here. This is what we got to get to. I'm not gonna lie to you. I want to work out for this right here. Nice. It's still loose, real comfortable, not tight at any point, but defined muscle in the arm area here. I like that. I like how it suits Taylor. This dude, not bad,
That's a
not bad.
three-piece right there for one, and for two, um, he doesn't look like a physically imposing guy, but he's actually a big dude.
Yeah.
Like, he's a big dude, and like he has definition there. So like the fact that it covers his chest so well and stuff like that. Now we sound like we just overanalyzing this guy, but like you could tell it was just a well-tailored suit. Like
No,
at
it's a
the very
well-tailored suit.
least, that is a tailored suit. Maybe not bespoke, but it's definitely a tailored suit. The guy
it's well put together.
the guy to his right,
Right here.
that guy, yeah. You see all that extra slack right there on that sleeve?
Yeah, a lot of slack here.
Yeah, yeah. And look at the elbow. That right there can't look like that.
Hey, listen, we know why. Hey, look. In NFL career, ESPN entry level.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
hey, we looked up that we looked up the difference in money on that one.
is it really? I'm pretty sure that guy to him is making some money.
Nah, bro.
If
Remember
you're
we looked
making
up.
six figures,
Remember
you
we
can
looked up
afford
Malika
a tailored
Andrews.
suit.
Nah, remember we looked up Malika Andrews.
If you're making $57,000, you can afford a tailored suit. I'm not trying to hear that. You can go get the Burlington special, go take it to a good tailor, and you in the game. I don't care what you say. Hey, listen, I'm covering. Hey, if I have to give this any type of like name to associate with it, I'm coming from the Kevin Samuel School of Hard Knocks right now. All right, you can afford that. I can go to a thrift store, go get a tailored a suit that's like a little too big. Go to a tailor, it looks really good on me. That's just an excuse.
57,000. I'm worried about bills. I ain't worried about the tailored suit.
Did you hear me just say you go to the secondhand store, get a suit, go get a tailored?
The tailored part is the expensive part.
So you dress how you want to be addressed, and you're on national TV. I'm not putting you on national TV looking like that.
Hey, listen. First off, he has nothing to do with this interview right here. Hey, you see how turned RG3 back is to this? He just is there.
Well, him
He's
and
in the
RG3 and Luck are good friends.
No. This right here is the whole picture. He's definitely been cropped out of at least every picture that has been put online.
Yeah, that's probably a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look how turned RG3 back is here. RG3 don't even know this dude exists. He's that dude that's trying to get in on the conversation and understand what y'all are talking about right now, and he can't figure it out. They're talking about different routes that were run when they were throwing the receivers in the NFL. And he's just like, yeah, I did that in high school.
Who is this guy next to him? What's his name?
Exactly? He's not a part of this. Come on, bro.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Listen, this dude, he's just trying to make a living. He get a pass from me. Andrew, what's happening? Like, are you okay? Sir, are you okay? Sir, this is a Wendy's. Why do you have a 2x4 in your hand? That's what Andrew Luck looks like right now, bro. Sir, we are doing no work here. What are you doing with that Cat 6?
I don't know why, but this just popped up on my trending on Twitter that Deshaun Watson is trending for every team at this point. But Minnesota is pulling up as the landing spot for Deshaun.
I don't see that.
You know what? Deshaun has been rumored to be going to any and everywhere at this point. I don't care.
Yeah,
is he going to play or is he not going to play? Like, I honestly don't care where he goes at this point. Just get him on the field. I'm just telling you what's on the screen. I'm not making this up. A lot of this stuff I don't make up. I just respond to it. I don't know. That's why I
don't be on Twitter no more. Because for me, I go to Twitter and I just be like, this is dumb. Hey, speaking of Twitter, though, I will say this. Shout out to AB for the tweet of the week. Tweet of the year, possibly.
Dog, that tweet was that tweet.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you, dog. Like I look at I'll say this. Nobody knows what the AB situation is. It's still he say, she say. At this point, we've all moved on. But it is hilarious to see AB with that level of petty. Puts up his own picture and of him running off of the field with the tweet talking about
Bucks eliminated.
Bucks are out of the playoffs. Dog, that had me dying laughing yesterday during the Bulls game.
Because Brady absolutely needed targets, and he had not many.
But you know what though? I said, hey, listen, that's another thing about Brady, bro. At a certain point in that game, he was like, Gronk is double covered. Mike Evans is double covered, even though it didn't matter. Still got 8 receptions.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start going to these other dudes and see what they gonna do. But dog, when I tell you, seeing AB drop the tweet yesterday had me dying laughing because that man, like, to me, like, it's just like, hey, listen, you know you needed me in this game. Y'all didn't want me to stick around. Okay, that's fine. But I'm going to absolutely be petty. Here goes the tweet right here. Bucks eliminated. I can't. Now, I don't know if he made the pick. I
think
don't
he's
know if
just retweeting
I
it.
think he's just sharing this on IG.
Yeah.
But I was dying laughing yesterday. I was
That was
dying
freaking
laughing.
hilarious.
Does AB get a shot at another team next season?
Yeah. And I believe him when he said that he had already had teams reach out to him. I absolutely believe him.
I believe him.
You're going
I
to get
said
somebody with that.
I said even if everything that happened, he can still play football.
One of the best route runners in the game.
Being able to play football trumps all.
Clearly one of the best route runners in the game.
Being able to play football trumps all. It's hard to find people that can play football. I understand these ones in the NFL, and we're just like, oh my God, there's a lot of people that are these are the best talented players in the world, but there's some players that are different.
Okay,
AB's that level of player.
Let's add a little more color. It's not hard to find someone that plays football. It's hard to find people who play football on his level.
Yeah.
That's a different level of route running. That's a different level of game-changing ability. So, you know, your OBJs, your ABs, I put them right there. OBJ has absolutely changed the Rams situation. AB can absolutely come in and change your situation. And for those who, this may sound stupid, but if it was really about money, I would have guaranteed his money. It's $2 million. It's a risk, I get it. But he was asking for his contract to be guaranteed. It was $2 million. I bet you wish, I bet you wish you had that $2 million to give to him right now.
You talk about the incentives?
Yeah, he asked for it to be guaranteed the day before. He wanted to get his money. I get it. I would have given it to him.
See, this is the thing. I don't even know. I don't know. Because I don't know what really happened. I don't like.
Now that was confirmed that he asked for it.
No. That part I get, but I mean, at the same point, listen, I'm trying to run an organization. I'm still trying to have it be a certain way. Mike Evans had to earn his incentives. Gronk had to earn his incentives, and guess what? Tom Brady got them those incentives.
Gronk was on a better contract. They both were on better contracts.
I mean, I get you, but okay, you signed the contract.
Get you?
Nothing can be done if AB doesn't sign the contract. Like, you can complain about what your contract was, but you agreed to this. We didn't force you to agree to this. We didn't force you to come down here and play. Like, you agreed to this. You agreed to these incentives. You agreed to how this thing was structured. You gotta. I'm not changing the rules for AB when I didn't change the rules for Mike Evans, or when I didn't change the rules for Rob Gronkowski, or even when I didn't change the rules for Tom Brady, who absolutely has incentives in his contract that he's got to meet if he throws a certain amount of touchdowns. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
fair. I can see that.
I'm not. But at the same time, like, I don't know the stuff. Like, the reason we stopped talking about it because there was a ton of stuff that came out. Me and Kidd were just like, bruh, I don't know who's telling the truth.
It was just tiring.
It was like I can't say AB's telling the truth. Listen, AB's gonna be the one that we're looking at more because he's on more podcasts. He's on more he's on I Am Athlete. He's on ESPN. He's doing all this stuff, telling his side of the story. And Bruce Arians basically said, "Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all once. This is what I did. This is what I told him. I told him get out. He left. Okay." Like Bruce Arians ain't giving you more to it. Meanwhile, AB done changed the story up 4 times by the time we got to the end. That's why me and Kid was like, I can't follow it no more. I can't keep up.
The one thing I take from the whole situation is I'm happy to see him out there talking to people.
Yeah. Hey, I heard that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I heard that. So, hey, there go them cats building dog on the roof again, dog. Hey, did y'all hear that, dog? What was that? Get the gat, get the gat, get the gat. Bro. Hey, Kid House got to be haunted at this point, dog. Like, I'm just keeping it 100. Fam, every now and then, it's just a random noise, just the vacuum just start going, hiding around the corner. Like, what is happening over there? Nah, dog. But oh man, Kid, get out. Blink twice if you're in trouble, bro. But nah, what Brian say? Brian, I think AB made a statement like he can get it next game because he can't get it next game because of injuries. Team wasn't going, and he literally left. Okay, I listen. The problem with me feeling bad about AB not meeting his incentives is, guess what? If you don't fake your vaccination cards, you clear your incentives mad easy. Mad easy. We were talking about what was it? Like 8 catches or something like that? You know what I'm saying? It's like 8 catches, couple hundred yards, something like that. Like if you don't go out because you faked your vaccination card, guess what? You meet your incentives. Now, I don't know what happened with how they went out, how everything ended on the field, blah, 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 because the story's changed about 14, 15 times. But at a minimum, you know what I'm saying? At a minimum, like, if you're upset about you missing your $500K, don't fake your vaccination card. You absolutely could have just said, hey, I'm not vaccinated. Or, hey, I'm going to go get the vaccine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there were other options there. So I don't feel bad for you. And he's going to play again. I told Muzz he's going to play again. I said that when he got cut. When you can play the sport, they keep you. They will put up with a lot if you produce on the field. Antonio Brown produces on the field. That's what it comes down to. Antonio Brown produces on the field. Cornelia says, would you like AB in a Bears jersey? No, because we're not close to winning. There's got to be a lot of things put in place before you get to the point where you feel confident about this team winning. AB doesn't get us there yet. I'm spending my money on the offensive line. That's where my extra funds are going. That's where, you know what I'm saying? Like, the Bears aren't close to winning.
I don't want AB just because I have a young QB, and AB needs to be that type of person, needs to be on a team with veteran presence at the QB position and stuff like that. Just
Yeah.
because you don't want that type of potential influence and stuff like that, you know. Justin is the young kid still trying to figure out who the heck he is and within his sport. I need him to just focus on that.
Yeah.
I don't need any other distractions. You wouldn't put him on a team like that. Not if you're a good coach or a good
No,
GM, that is.
I would. I wouldn't, because to me, like, you put AB is gonna go to a team that's a contender.
Hmm.
AB to the Rams wouldn't be surprising.
They don't
AB
need him.
to San Francisco wouldn't be surprising.
San Fran, I see.
Yeah, I'm saying AB to AB is gonna go to a team that is contending. AB to KC wouldn't be surprising.
That wouldn't be surprising either. I could see that happening.
It's gonna be, he's gonna go to a contender. You're not bringing AB to Chicago because what's AB,
You bring
30?
him to a team that they know themselves. They have a process. KC, they got a process. They got a culture there. You got to fit in with that culture. You're not fitting in with that culture. The Bears, we don't even know who we are yet.
You don't
And
have a culture.
AB, we don't have culture. We
You
don't.
don't have a
First
culture.
of all, we don't have a team realistically now because we don't have a head coach. We don't have a GM. We don't have an offensive coordinator. Like we ain't got nobody. So
Could we
once
get
we
a
figure,
GM? That's all I'm looking for. Can I get a GM?
it
Just need
doesn't
a
matter
GM.
if the GM ain't pick the coach.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen. Uh, um, you wouldn't think he will teach Fields the game. No.
No, no.
Why
What?
would he?
Why? What?
They don't even play the same position. Like, what's he gonna teach him?
Hey, this is how you f up the bag, son. Hey, you do this, and then all of a sudden, boom, you drop a
And to me,
mixtape.
realistically, you need to go get a big targeted wideout anyway. You need to go get you. Listen, I love Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney's not a number one. He's not big.
Um,
He's 5'10". It's just not big enough. I might be giving him a couple extra inches on that too.
I mean, Beckham was a 1. He's 5'11 at most.
Yeah, but Beckham could jump out the gym and had a wide catch radius. Darnell Mooney's not that guy. We've seen Darnell Mooney jump up for the 50-50 ball and not come down with it.
Hmm.
Odell Beckham jumping up for the 50. Odell Beckham had a catch yesterday that nobody even probably peeped. It was a crazy catch. It was just him running a little route to the sidelines, and then he ran out. He ran up. Stafford extended the play, and Beckham came back, caught the ball, touched the toes, and then touched him again just to be sure he got him in, all before he fell as he's slanting out of bounds on the catch the entire time. That mug is a problem.
Hey, coach, I'm open.
Look,
He needs to start doing that from now on. He's Chad for me. I'm open. Hey, Matt, throw it. I'm open. 3 people around me in a phone booth. I'm open. 2 toes down, baby.
the best part of that is that the coach confirmed the story. He's
I'm
just like, I
absolutely
was
gonna
sick
do
of
that
Chad.
to one of my coaches. I got a mentor who I'm absolutely gonna do that to. And he don't even know who Chad Johnson is. I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna need you to look up on Chad Johnson because I'm absolutely gonna give you that treatment this year. Hey, coach,
I'm
I'm
open.
open.
2
Hey,
o'clock
he
in the
gonna
morning.
get mad because it's gonna be like, why didn't you just text it? Nah, it had to be a phone call, son. You understand? He wasn't texting.
It's you know, it's crazy. And we were talking about this yesterday.
If a call pad do that,
I
I'm open.
we were talking about it when the Bengals were playing. I love Chad Johnson. Chad Johnson was absolutely a great wide receiver. Absolutely accomplished nothing in the NFL. It's so crazy how many great receivers from that generation did absolutely nothing. And then we started going down the list. Like Andre Johnson, Chad Johnson, Brandon Marshall. Like, just like, fam, y'all didn't even like win a playoff game. Like, that's crazy to think about. And those are literally like some of the best wide receivers from that generation of football. I mean, outside of that, now you're getting into T.O., Randy Moss. Like, that's that different echelon. But just looking at, like, I was like, dog. And I remember Chad. I remember Chad being great. I remember him always being open and just being like, he didn't do nothing. He literally Vince Carter'd that mug. A whole career of just running,
Wow.
jumping. No, I can't even say he Vince Carter'd
Wow.
it. I can't even say Vince Carter'd it. Vince Carter almost made the finals.
Vince Carter was in the finals.
Vince Carter wasn't. No.
Yes, he did. He
Oh,
went
with
to
the
the finals
Nets. With the
with the
Nets.
Nets.
Yeah.
He went twice.
I can't even say he Vince Carter'd it.
Hey, Vince Carter earlier years gets widely overlooked
Mugs
because
don't
we
even
don't
pay
even
attention.
remember the
I
fact that he was on the Nets and with Jason Kidd and went to the finals. Like, we don't give him credit for that at all. We don't give Jason Kidd credit at all because it was just like the Lakers. But it's like,
Hey,
like,
I'm not gonna lie to you because they got washed.
I mean, ain't
Hey,
that the season they went like 16-0 in the playoffs? Like, or 16-1, 15-1. They went 15-1.
hey, they got washed. That's my one fear, right? So like getting to the finals is always like you can beat your chest, but like Ringo can beat his chest about like how Miami played in the finals because they absolutely gave the Lakers all they could handle. Jimmy Butler did everything he could to win that finals. Like I can't Cornelius said stop it, Pat Vince, like Hall of Famer. You don't even know Vince Carter's my favorite player. But anyway,
He
I can't
definitely
even.
is. Pat's list of favorite players is so wild to me.
That's all the dudes that worked hard.
And accomplished
Oh,
nothing. Except for one guy.
Dennis
Except for
Rodman.
one guy.
Dennis Rodman. Even
I said
Joakim
except for
Noah.
one guy.
Joakim Noah, Defensive Player of the Year. Oh, that don't mean nothing. But no. No. You threw me off everything I was saying, dog. Oh, bro, we didn't even bring up Megatron. Dog, the best receivers from that time really did absolutely nothing.
That's not their fault though. This is another thing. I don't know what analyst was talking, but he was talking about Matt Stafford, and he was like, "Yeah, we knew he could do this. He's been on a lot of good teams." And I was like, "Matt Stafford ain't been on a lot of good teams." It's like, what teams is he talking about? I'm like,
Matt
just
Stafford's
because he
been
has
on 2?
like just because he has one big target doesn't mean it's a good team. Like, let's not
Well,
cap
no,
right here.
they had a couple. So 20, I want to say 2014, and I think 2008, they were good teams that both made the playoffs, but got in the playoffs and just got ran through. And that was the fear of Matt Stafford. Because it was like, hey, listen, Matt Stafford clearly can play football, but we saw you get in the playoffs with Megatron. We saw you get in the playoffs and absolutely do nothing.
Hey,
And
listen,
get
listen.
rolled.
Thanks,
So
Sammy,
that
for
was
telling me
like,
his
that's
college
why
team.
coming into it, it's like, all right, he got a good team, but is he gonna get rolled?
Hey, listen, this is the best team he's ever been on. Like
Facts.
ever
No,
been on in the
that's the
NFL.
most weapons he's ever had.
Sammy's like his college team. He ain't been in college in almost a decade and a half. Like I don't care. I don't care if you won every year
Hey,
in college.
dog,
It's been a
dog,
decade, dog.
I'm
That
not gonna
affects your
lie to you.
mental.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. We got to start holding some of these analysts accountable for the stuff they say.
Man,
Because
this
they
is
just
stupid.
be in the broadcast saying anything. Who was my man's this season? Chat, help me out. Who was my man's this season that they said he was sleeping on the floor in college when he got to Alabama because he was more comfortable there because that's how he slept at home? He immediately came out after the game and was like, what the heck are you talking about? I slept in my bed. I also had a bed at home. Bro, I gotta find who that, bro. That was the most wild. He said he got to Alabama and he decided to sleep on the floor. Hold up. Let me scour the net real quick. Speak amongst yourselves. I got to see if I can find this audio, dog.
Dog, that
That,
can't be real.
bro,
I don't.
that's
That can't be real, dog. I don't know why if Pat
bro.
froze, did Pat freeze on me? Pat froze on me. Pat froze on me. I don't know what's going on there. It's all
You
right.
still
It's
got
cool.
me? You still got me?
And
Am
we're
I
gonna
here?
figure
Am I
the
back?
part out. All right, you're back. Okay.
All right, I'm back.
All right, you're back. That's real. That's real. Matt
Bro, I
Nagy
got
real. Is Matt Nagy real?
it's real, bro. Hey, I'm
Dog,
gonna find this audio real quick. Y'all speak amongst
that's
yourselves
crazy
because
right
it's
there.
the most
I hate
wild
stuff
thing
like
I've
that.
heard.
I absolutely hate stuff like that. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I never want to be that guy. I'm telling you, I never want to be that guy. The media gets a bad rep, but guess what? Absolutely do it to ourselves.
It's about Najee Harris.
That's
Najee Harris, the announcer said, slept on the floor in college. Let me see if I can find the audio. I don't know if this is it or if this is just ESPN. Cause dog, I was sitting there, I was like, what? What? Like, that's not something you can get wrong, dog. That's basically you saying he was so poor down in Alabama that when he went down there, he couldn't. Like, what are you talking about? I don't know why I threw a southern accent on that.
It's almost like he was like, I was hoping you was gonna say he slept on the floor because of his time in prison. I was saying, like, I was gonna say, please don't do that. Please don't do that. That's just wild. That's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. Got to be better. Got to be better. And you know what? That's why I like having former players in the booth or in these positions. Do they need some media training? Do they need like Vince Carter is
Depends
a
on,
good example.
hey, depends on the years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of them old mugs. Hey, and listen. I love Stacey King. We're gonna get into that too with the Caruso. Some of them old mugs got that just don't fly in today's game.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's see.
But I look at
Think,
you breaking up bad, bro.
am I?
Mm-hmm.
Probably because
Uh,
I'm asking the computer way too much.
I look at Vince Carter. Vince Carter, absolute great basketball mind, but needed some training. You could tell when he first got in the booth, nervous, stuff like that, but it's gotten progressively better. He sounds better. He's starting to slow down. He's pacing himself and stuff like that. You can see the progression and the evolution of his, you know, as he grows into his new role. You know, they may need some training, but yeah, dog, I don't know what's going on, but um, with that being said, though,
Sure.
what's your boy now? Is always up there with the turtleneck and the chain. I absolutely like him in the
Aqib
booth.
Talib.
I love him in the booth, and you can see
Hey, I
he's
feel
getting
like
better.
Aqib Talib has gotten worse though. Like
I
I feel
think
like
he
they started him off with like guys he was comfortable with in the beginning of the season, and then they were like, "All right, let's send you out into the world." And as the season's gone on, because there's absolutely one game where he was like, "Hey man, this Bears defense has been great all year long," and I was like, "Ooh, he ain't watched the game."
they're trying to give him to do that whole compliment, find something to compliment, and then do this. And it's like we're now in the era where we live in such a weird time. People want real, but they can't accept it.
Yeah.
And so it's always good to see someone who just keeps it real. That's why people love those type of authentic people. Like you just gonna say, like all the people we say he just doesn't care. Realistically, he's just not afraid of being the backlash of just telling you the truth.
Oh, that's why I love Chuck. And I think I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's the level of media we starting to get. That's the level of like you saw even at the coaching positions when we broke down what Penny Hardaway said when he was talking about the media. He was just being listen. He was like, listen, y'all write these stories, and y'all want to tell me that I'm not doing enough, or that my team is not doing enough, or the players aren't doing enough, and y'all know we don't have our full team. Shut up. because you don't know what you're talking about clearly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
that's a
didn't like that Stephen A. was like, "Oh, you a black man in that position." First of all, let's stop this. Let's stop this. We have to stop the whole "we have to work twice as hard" type thing. You know, you want to know why? That conditions you to still stay in that space where you're looking at this separatist way of thinking. Like honestly, there's nothing wrong with him having to stood up, just having to had stood up for himself, and he should be applauded for it. Like I'm like don't sit there and like tell me that because I'm in this position I have to be thankful and allow people to just say whatever they want to say. No, like I'm in the position because I deserve to be in the position, and I'm firing back because I don't need to take the disrespect. Like this
that's the
ain't
difference.
we're no longer in
When
a time where it's like, oh, you'll never get this opportunity again. Thank you. Like, nah, man, shut the.
Chuck
You
said
tell
it
I
best.
ain't that type of person.
No, Chuck said it best to me. He said, "Give us the opportunity to be mediocre." That's where when Stephen A. brings up and when Muggs bring up, you got to work twice as hard to be good. Brian Flores wasn't afforded the opportunity to be mediocre. What's my man's down in Texas? Which clearly you can see they're not getting as many coaching candidates as they thought because they went to Josh McCown, a former quarterback who was still in the league up until last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, Josh McDaniels is going to get another job. Josh McDaniels is not a good head coach. Matt Nagy will probably end up getting another job. He's not a head coach. Adam Gase got 2 bites at the apple. He was awful both places he went.
He destroyed those franchises.
He destroyed those franchises.
And he's gonna
But
get another
still
job.
he was still allowed another opportunity. Give us an opportunity to be mediocre. That's that in itself. Like the only black coaches that you see that are in place have had high levels of success.
Mm-hmm.
NFL wise, anyway. NBA wise, I think we see more just because of the ratio of the amount of players that are coming up into it. And it's more of a black centered league, but a lot of those leagues, it how they brought it out is true. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're the best of the best, you get to be there. Clearly, we haven't had the best of the best with black head coaches lately because there's only one in the NFL right now. And guess what? He's the best of the best.
Brian Flores got canned by a black guy. How's that racist?
I didn't say
It's
it was
not
racist.
necessarily it's not necessarily racist. It's just the expectations.
Yeah.
And realistically, you know, the leash is historically shorter,
And
even today.
keep it a buck. We're the hardest on our own people.
I tell you this, in my industry
Huh.
alone, this I had more I got more guidance from people who don't look like me
Yeah.
than people who do. The people who look like me honestly did not help. Older, more successful, and here I am just trying to carve out my own lane and stuff like that. I shouldn't be viewed as a threat, but they view me as a threat. So like we have a whole bunch of narratives and stuff like that as minorities, black, whatever it is, that just go against us.
But it's because there's less spots. In your industry, not really, but I'm sure they view it as there's less spots, so I got to hold on to my spot. I can't let the other black guy in. But in the NFL, there's less spots. You know what I'm saying? Like there's it's not about being fired by a black person or being fired by a person of color. It's about that there's less opportunities in the NFL for people of color, and they get less of a leash, and that's just a fact. We see it. Listen, what's his name? Absolutely was not allowed. Who was Buddy out there? And here's the thing, right? I agree they should have been fired.
Yeah.
But how many people should have been fired? That's on the other end of the spectrum that still had a job. Listen, if we being real, Kevin Stefanski shouldn't have a job. He did a horrible job managing that team. To the point where you traded away Odell Beckham, you forced back Baker to come back early. You know what I'm saying?
Why you say that about LL?
Fam, stop playing. Hold on.
Dog. Hey, don't be on here trolling, bro. I would absolutely block you from the next couple things you come in here trolling like that.
That's facts. He capping. Yeah, it's cap. Yeah, he definitely trolling. Blocked.
And now you know why you're not in the chat anymore. So
Yeah,
yep,
can't be
that's why
doing
that
that.
happened.
Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that, dog. Nah, he good. He's good. He's good. He's good. We thought somebody in the chat said LL Cool J had passed from COVID. Nah, we're not playing that. We're not playing that. That's not cool. That's a tough transition.
All right, touch transition. Hey, listen.
Transition right there, dog. Hey,
check this out though.
Hey, all the super fans, get them out of here.
Hey, check this out though. You see that right there? That's doing something unnecessary, doing too much for what? For what? Like it didn't even fit. We would. How did that fit what we were talking about? Right? I bet you come back with some narrative of us being single in the mouth stuff like no, you did something dumb. You did something dumb, and when you do dumb stuff, guess what? That's what that you play dumb games, you win stupid prizes. That's what happens. like, come on, dog.
Nah, that's cap. That's wild.
Hey, transitioning back to the rest of this stuff, man. We got a whole nother topic to hit on. Want to
We
talk
definitely-
about the suspension since we're talking about unnecessary stuff. Grayson Allen getting a 1-game suspension. You like that professional transition? Boom. You like that. You like that. You like that. Anyway, Grayson Allen getting a 1-game suspension, which I told you it's only going to be a 1-game suspension. Was it enough for us to sit there and say it was intentional? Yeah, I saw it. I can see what you're saying. I wouldn't have considered it a hook because to me, I was about to grab something. It's going to look weird. Never mind. I was still trying to demonstrate it, but I mean, I don't know. Knowing you and where your mind goes, yeah, dog.
That's on me. Well, that's on me.
Yeah, you would have put it out there, you would have clipped it up, and then I'd had a whole little thing would look weird online just because that's how you do your boy. Anyway,
first off, I put myself out there for the joke as well, so don't think you.
I mean,
don't think you.
How you treat and love yourself is how you treat and love yourself. But okay. but you know, I knew it was going to be a 1-game suspension. Some people are saying it should have been 4 or 5. I get it. I think it should have been a, you know, I could see it being 2 games just because he has a history of doing dirty stuff. But the play in itself, the same day was another hard foul, stuff like that. It's only it was a flagrant. It was a Lakers game. And that fall was worse to me because he hit his head.
I saw it, but I don't remember it. Who was it?
It was Taylor and I forgot the other guy who actually took the bad end of it.
Taylor pulled him down, right?
Yeah, but it was he absolutely was going for the ball, but it was just he was really aggressive in doing so. And so, I mean, if you look up that play, it's a hard play, it's a bang bang play, and that's how initially it looked for me with the Caruso thing. They both landed really really hard. I hope it doesn't.
But you know what? You saw the difference.
You clearly saw the difference.
You saw the difference, right? Caruso goes down. Caruso lands hard. Grayson immediately gets out of there, goes to the sideline, starts. He ended up with his teammates. One of his other teammates came back and was like,
Chris Middleton defended it.
That's a hard foul, but he went for the ball though.
Chris Middleton defended it, which I did. You know, I've been one to sit there and hold, you know, and defend him at times. Yeah, I can't defend that. But I get it. I get
the
that's
Bucks
your teammate.
organization coming. I'm gonna be honest with you. The Bucks organization as a whole lost a lot of respect from me.
Posted that picture.
They tweet out the picture of Grayson Allen the next morning, and they stand by it first off, and then they come out and they say we support what Grayson did and we stand by him. We don't believe in the suspension. It's like, okay, you understand what you're setting yourself up for then. And that's really what you have to look. You understand what you're setting yourself up for then. Yep. If and the NBA, I want much to understand this, right?
There is an unwritten
Whether
rule.
whether the Bulls do something or not, the NBA set the standard for this. That's a 1-game suspension. Okay. Kid, you saw Tony Bradley in person. Pretty big human being.
Pretty big human being.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tony Bradley. Hey, I'm gonna need you to sit out the next game. Don't worry, we'll pay you a fine. We'll still pay you for the game. But Drew Holiday, yeah, he needs to hit the floor real hard. Real hard. I'm not gonna hit Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen doesn't affect anything the Bucks do.
Nah, I want Grayson Allen.
I don't. Grayson Allen going out.
Because Drew Holiday ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't take that out on Drew.
Hey, you know how you do it in baseball? When you hit my best player, you know who I don't hit? I don't hit the pitcher. I don't go after the pitcher. You being my best player in baseball? Okay. Wait till your guy comes up. And you know how they police that in baseball? The player on that team doesn't get mad at the pitcher. Player on that team go to his guy. He said, I need you to on the Mets. I'm trying to think who it was. James, text in if you listen. There was somebody there that was with Pedro, and Pedro was beaming mugs. I'm talking about reaching back, hunted, foul to the ribs. Somebody went to Pedro. One of the players went to Pedro and said, stop doing that because they not hitting you. The next time they hit me, I'm hitting you. Because they doing it because you don't go after the person. What does Grayson Allen affect? We lost Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso affects the Bulls defense tremendously. He's a major part of what we do. Grayson Allen don't mean nothing. Yeah, Grayson Allen might get knocked around. He might not have a good time at the day. But I tell you what, I absolutely, if that was me, and even back in the day, we saw it with Isaiah Thomas. Bill Laimbeer hit John Stockton. Hit him hard, put him to the floor, knocked him down. And I get this is 90s basketball. Let's be real. We're probably not going to see none of this scenario play out because that's how the league is right now. But Bill Laimbeer hit John Stockton, put him on the floor, hit him hard. Karl Malone didn't hit Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer don't mean nothing. Bill Laimbeer is a big dude in the middle. Next play down, Karl Malone absolutely threw a bow into Isaiah Thomas' forehead. I'm going to hurt your best player. Now, the problem is on that team, their best player is Giannis.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Hey, listen. You don't go after Africans that are from Greece.
You don't go after him and his brothers on the team who are absolute. Hey, his brothers on the team getting no tick. He absolutely will sit there and Isaiah Stewart this joint. Like, no, I don't think you want to do that.
Hey, bro, absolutely not.
Thanasis is going to be in the game for no reason but the foul. And he's a big dude. Like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Y'all can play that Giannis game if you want to. You thought Jokic people was bad. He got 4 brothers that play professional sports. All right.
Go look at the clip when Thanasis, somebody said something in Greece. I don't know if it was racist or if it was like you trash or I don't know what it was. But
he called him a B, and he basically called him a B.
Yeah. The Nash was like, come over here and say it. Come over here and say it to my face. And then you just see Giannis walk up. He's like, come on, come here. No, we just want to talk to you. We just want to have a conversation. Hey, dog. I saw that. I was like, oh, no, that's a
lot of smoke right there.
That's a lot of smoke coming your way. That's scary. And then you just see a brother fly in from L.A. The third brother just, hey, pull up. What you? But no, to me, like, if I'm the Bull, I'm not going after Grayson Allen. Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is a major part of a Bucks championship run, just like Alex Caruso would be for us.
Drew Holiday is a stand-up dude. I wouldn't do that to Drew. I'm sorry, I couldn't see justifying that because the one thing the NBA absolutely does have is there is unwritten rules, but there's certain people you just don't touch because they don't do nothing to nobody.
Yeah, Caruso was one of them dudes though.
Yeah, but Drew Holiday is that one of those dudes too. Like Drew Holiday doesn't do anything to anybody. Is well respected, plays the game fair and straight up. And you go out and you target him. Now you're gonna have the Bulls are gonna have a problem because now you're gonna have did you retaliate? Absolutely. But who you retaliate against matters just as much. You want to do Chris Middleton because the stupidest comment he made? Hey, I'm for that. That makes sense.
It might be Middleton.
You go Drew Holiday. I mean, come on now. Like I know we want to get back at people, but we don't also want to ruin our reputation in the same space.
You know what it is though. For me, it's the Bucks. The Bucks organization did this to themselves, right? And to me, it could be a league wide thing. Like you could see where the Washington Wizards are playing them, and just because Ayo Kuz and Montrezl Harrell rock with AC the long way, you not finna. Oh, you did my boy like that. Guess what's about to happen tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like AC is that kind of dude around the NBA. Like
Yeah.
you really might see things get ugly, and it's the Bucks support of it. Like, oh, okay, that y'all support what he did. Chris Middleton, you support what your boy did. Like, that's not a bang bang basketball play. They even what's the coach name?
Mike
I'm thinking Brad's
Budenholzer.
right. Mike Budenhauser comes out and he says, "Okay, listen, I think it was a bang bang play. I don't agree with the foul. I think that's just a hard foul. But that's a hard foul. Mm-hmm. Is it a hard foul if your player's on the floor?
Hey,
That's what Muzz don't think about. You know what I'm
I
saying?
get you. Listen, me and you are in agreement. Something should have happened, but I'm not. I don't. I disagree with you. Talk like some of their best players are the most respected and nicest dude there who play the game the right way. I can't see targeting
Those the dude
that
who got
particular
hurt.
dude. No, I get you, but the dude who did it is going to be on the floor. The dude who defended it is going to be on the floor. Giannis ain't said nothing. Drew ain't said nothing, and I don't think they agree with it.
I love Muzz in the comments. Drew cool, but we had Chris ankles.
Like if you really think about it, like what do you gain by targeting Drew Holiday? You look like the weak person now because Drew Holiday don't do nothing to nobody.
Now see this, you got to make it look good too. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it look good. You can't make it look dirty.
Hey, listen.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. The Karl Malone on Isaiah Thomas one, if you ever seen that where he split Isaiah Thomas' skull open, made a play at the ball. That bow just came down real hard.
I get you. I get you.
Hey, look. We in trouble though. We relying on Tony Bradley to do it. He done been picked up already once this season. We in
I
trouble.
mean,
We ain't
but
got
that's another dude. Nobody fights Steven Adams because they know he can fight. But at the same time,
Hey, that's
like,
different. Yeah, I was gonna say that's a different reason. That's a different reason. Hey,
but I mean,
nobody
be
fights
real
Steven
though.
Adams because they're afraid the sea's gonna rise up behind
Hey,
them.
hey, Steven Adams look like he definitely built for this. But I mean, at the same time, he don't bother nobody. Plays the game
Yeah.
the right way, right? So if something bad happens to something on his team, and you go targeting Steven Adams, now you're just looking for trouble.
Yeah.
It's like certain people you just don't do that with, and unfortunately, it's two of them on the Bucks. I can't hate the entire organization when it's like, yo, I ain't never seen Giannis get into some smoke where he did just started something for no reason. I've never seen Drew Holiday get into smoke.
I've seen Giannis get into smoke.
Oh yeah, he definitely tackled somebody in his younger days. Definitely hit somebody.
I've seen Giannis get into smoke. That's a scary dude to have smoke.
Oh no. Giannis in some smoke his early days was not as scary as it is now.
No. I'm talking about now.
But he was more intentional his early days.
I'm about now, yeah. Giannis, Jesus. But no, gee, that's a big dude, dog. Hey, you know what the whole part of this is? It's like, hey, do we really want smoke with that dude? Because like if we hurt his teammate, you know we're gonna have smoke with him. And you might not want to piss him off. But I just see the tough part to me is right. All the dudes that would have had smoke, or at least that I would have hoped would have had smoke for AC going out, were hurt or on the bench at that point. And you absolutely needed all your players seeing how everybody is hurt. But the problem I have is that a guy that, let's be honest about this, legitimately could have ended Alex Caruso's career.
That's a fact.
How Alex fell on his arm, you could have absolutely ended his career. Is allowed to get a 1-game suspension, is allowed to walk away. If that's the precedent that the NBA wants to set, then you have to you gotta, okay, that's how you want to do it, then they're saying it's okay to retaliate. What is say? Karan said, as a Bucks fan, I never wanted Allen in the first place, which I'm hearing from a lot of Bucks fans. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of Bucks fans that stand with what Grayson Allen did, which is wild to me. But there's a lot of Bucks fans
That just don't rock with it.
they didn't like him coming there in the first place. However, we do have an equal rank in the Joeing. I offer Dante his tribute. He is our ACL. Nah, I'm not gonna take somebody. Nah.
Dante, what's his last name? His face is there. I can't pronounce his last name. It's,
I don't
that's
know.
not. It's not DiVincenzo, is it? No,
Oh,
no.
DiVincenzo. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nah. Hey, DiVincenzo seemed like a good dude. I'm
Oh.
going after
Now,
Middleton. I'm not gonna lie to you.
now he's picking and choosing. First, you single out Drew Holiday, who's absolutely one of the nicest dudes in the league, and all of a sudden now you like, I'm not going over DiVincenzo because he seems like a good dude.
He seemed like a good dude.
What kind of stuff is this, Pat?
I don't know. I'm
Like,
upset, dog. I'm pissed.
You literally just went after not only like I'm going after one of the best players, Drew Holiday. What the heck he got to do with this?
hey, so somewhere somewhere in the world, Drew Holiday just sitting around like Josh Hart when James Harden bumped into him.
Like, hey, Drew's gonna see this and be like, "What did I have to do with this, dog?" Like that's not cool. Like, that's wild. That is wild. What's up? What's up?
I'm hearing some noise upstairs.
All right, you got to do what you got to do. All right, it's the dog. You know, dog working on the car up there. I got you. It's all right. And y'all just got Drew back. Hey, listen, pass on some different stuff like that. If y'all let Pat go ahead and do it, then y'all ain't gonna have no team. You're gonna have somebody tackling Giannis. You're gonna have somebody clotheslining Drew Holiday. You already see Pat's favorite players are like his favorite players are Joakim Noah, Dennis Rodman, Vince Carter, I think Horace Grant, and some other weird name. Like his top 5 all time, just based off of players he likes, is just so not what you would have thought. He absolutely picks people who look like they would fight you in a back alley. Like I don't understand what Pat logic is right there. But anyway, moving on from it. But no, I agree that the suspension should have been more. They should have done more. They should have done something completely different. It doesn't set the right tone. Good Lord, this whole thing right there looks.
Cat shoveling snow out there. By the way, a lot of snow out there.
It's still snowing?
Still snowing.
It's snowing? Oh, it must have passed us then.
Or it's coming.
Well, it snowed really hard yesterday.
It's snowing right now, so it's probably coming y'all way. So whatever you got to do it now. you just see Kid log off.
I'm trying to look up the window right here. I'm like, hold on, what the?
But nah, dog. Yeah, you I don't know, man. That's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go after DiVincenzo. He didn't have nothing to do with it. Kid like DiVincenzo was too good for you, but you gonna go after Drew?
Hey, if we leave you to do all the retaliation, we're not gonna have a good reputation.
This is the thing, though, right? I will say this. This is the one thing I don't like. I don't care who's on the floor. I'm still upset about it. Somebody's got to grab him. I don't care if it's DeMar. I don't care. Listen, you want to be tough with everybody else, be tough with that mug. He literally just took one of your dudes out and could have ended his career. That's the time to be tough. When Franz Wagner. Or it was Mo Wagner. When Mo Wagner grabs you and spins you around on a layup, which I agree he should have let you get past at that point because you had blew past him already and he just grabbed you and kind of pulled you down. Don't get tough then. Get tough when your boy is literally laying on the floor grasping at his wrist because he was just slammed out of the air.
I honestly think the initial reaction we saw from that is because they thought it was a hard foul on the floor. Like a lot of people didn't initially look at that as a dirty play until you replayed it, and then that's when it became a little more obvious. So it was like for me, I thought it was just a hard foul at first that he's just landed really wrong. Then I realized it's Grayson Allen. Then I was like, oh, and then I looked at it, I was like, it's Grayson Allen, but that doesn't mean this play is dirty, right? And so I look at it, he looked like he made an initial play on the ball, and then he tried to make sure he didn't go up. Okay, I can see that. But then it was the follow through, and I was like, yeah, that follow through kind of rough.
No, but
It's like
this,
I went through that whole notion right
yeah,
there. So it was just like I didn't try to immediately say, yeah, he did something dirty. Because I didn't initially see it as something dirty. I thought it was a really, really hard foul.
but this is the thing. We've seen Muggs step up on a hard foul.
We've
You know what I'm
seen him
saying?
step up on a hard foul.
You think you gonna hard foul Steph Curry and Draymond not gonna say something?
Oh well, Draymond cusses that innocent
I'm
bystanders all
just
the
saying. Like even
time.
I would bet you
Cuss
hard
out a
foul.
baby on the sideline.
You know what I'm saying? He has cussed out children. He's no Charles Barkley, but he's up there. But
Definitely not a role model.
but you know what I'm saying? Like I look at that situation and even if it is just a hard foul, if you thought it was a hard foul on the floor, I'm still saying something to you. Don't foul my dude like that. Listen, the Jimmy Butler done got multiple technical fouls this week just because somebody looked at somebody on his team the wrong way. I'm not saying you go that far. I think Jimmy's a little extra right now, but
I love the energy.
I love that energy. I want to see. Listen, I want Muggs to know you're not gonna mess with my teammates. Like, be real. If it was flipped, if AC did that to Grayson Allen, Giannis is absolutely stepping in AC's face.
Oh, me and you are on the
You
same
know what I'm
page.
saying? Like,
Someone should have said something. Someone should have walked up, and to me, that person who would have done so just wasn't in the building. I think Zach absolutely would have said something.
oh, I do.
I just do.
I think Zach would have said something. I think Javante would have done something.
I think Ayo would have
I
said
think
something on the
Javante got that
floor.
little man aspect. Like remember when Nate Robinson swung on who was that? It wasn't Melo. It was it JR?
I remember that.
Hey, Nate Robinson swung on somebody. You heard it in the stadium. That mug said, "Mwah."
I don't
I
remember that
think
at all.
Javante got that kind of energy.
Oh, I gotta go look it up. I don't know.
Remember that? The Knicks
I don't remember.
fighting Denver?
Nah, I don't remember.
Oh, dog, that's one of the best NBA fights of all time. Muggs was actually throwing punches. Melo
Um,
was swinging. Who else
no,
was
I
on
don't
that
remember
team,
that
dog? I think J.R. Smith was throwing them things. He ran back, grabbed a bottle of Henny.
one. Which is wild because he said he don't drink Henny.
I ain't buying it.
He said it's nasty. He don't drink it.
Hennessy. Hey, can we finally admit Hennessy is gross?
Hennessy is nasty.
As a people, can we admit Hennessy is not good alcohol?
You have to go up the class of Hennessy. Like you can't just be drinking regular Hennessy out here because it's not a good drink. It's not a good drink at all. Just regular Hennessy.
Gary says somebody called Anthony Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, Derrick Jones Jr. would have swung. I think Derrick Jones Jr. would have swung.
Yeah. So I think we have those people. I know DeMar's not that guy.
But DeMar was that guy last night.
I don't know why.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Why was he that guy last night? What happened last night?
What I said when he drove, he got a steal, got a breakaway, got
past
the
Wagner. Okay, yeah, you're right.
And Wagner grabbed him and went to swing him around, and then all of a sudden you want to get chesty with him. It's like, hey, listen, I'm cool with you getting chesty with him, but how about get chesty with the dude that just slammed your man's heads off of the hardwood?
Yeah, nah.
Who's also a lot less intimidating. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't like the Bulls' reaction to that. I understand there's the shock. AC did finish the game, didn't know the wrist was fractured at that point. But I look at that and to me, those are those moments where your team is built. Those are those moments where you see, I mean, how many times have we seen those moments where you come together because somebody stands up, somebody on your team stands up for you. Next thing you know, this team all of a sudden goes on a run the rest of that game.
Mm-hmm.
And it carries over. That carryover effect is real. Steve-O said, Hennessy is terrible. It's the reason why you see a full bottle of Hennessy in every bar. Baki said, for me, I don't like how Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday out here defending Grayson Allen, saying
Because
that's
Drew
not a
Holiday
dirty
did say
play.
something.
Drew Holiday did say something there.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, his ACL's on the table.
Let's see what he said.
His ACL's on the table there. Best fight, Antonio Davis on the Bulls handle Brandon Haywood.
Grayson, we know Grayson. He's not that type of player. He didn't do it maliciously and didn't want to see Caruso get hurt. I feel like those type of guys we recruit and love playing with, Grayson didn't do it on purpose.
Cap. Because if you don't do it on purpose, you know what you do? You either check on them that day, you're not smiling on the bench, or you call them. These mugs all know each other's agents. They asked Alex Caruso yesterday, did anybody on Grayson's team reach out to you to see if you okay? Nope. It's Cap. Cornelius, Magic Johnson versus Kevin Johnson was the best fight in NBA history. I don't know, dog. How Philly jumped Larry Bird is still wild to me. How Philly jumped Larry Bird is a wild thing to me, dog. You had Charles Barkley holding Larry Bird arms while Dr. J just hitting him with the mwah. What? Did y'all just stomp this man out in the NBA game? But you know, it's about respect. And that wasn't, listen, you wouldn't make that play at export. Grayson Allen wouldn't make that play in export. Because somebody at export put hands on you right at that moment.
They said the smirk that we all see was a freeze frame when he was back in a huddle and his teammates were trying to lighten the mood. This was not the full clip. And they're playing the full clip where it looks like he was concerned.
I ain't buying it. If you're concerned, you go check on him. If you're concerned, you reach out. I'm not buying it.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying good or bad. I don't like it. I think it's a dirty play. I can see why the organization is trying to defend him.
Oh, I get it. I get his teammates defending him. I understand. Listen, and here's the thing, right?
If he played, wish Drew didn't say anything.
Look, your ACLs are on the table. If he played for the Bulls,
Drew didn't say anything.
If he played for the Bulls, we would say it's a dirty play, but we gonna move past it. I understand his teammates defending him. I understand his organization defending him. I don't understand the trolling that they're trying to do with it, though. Yeah, I'm saying I don't understand. I get you trying to stand with your teammate, but you can stand or stand with your player, but you can stand with your player just by being, giving a vague statement like you do with everything else. Hey, we support Grayson. We're glad that he's on this team. You don't have to come out and say that it's not a dirty play. We don't believe that this was a play that fam, like your player legitimately could have ended Alex Caruso's career on that play, and you're saying that that's okay. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we're gonna see, because listen, this NBA is a lot more physical. This year's NBA has been a lot more physical than we've seen in probably 10 years. We're going to see what kind of NBA we get.
As I prepare your boy has to work. So as I prepare for that, I want to segue into a topic that allows you to run your mouth, because I know you love to run your mouth, which is why we do this, because I guess we love to run our mouth.
I love to run my mouth. Meanwhile, you got dogs making macaroni in the basement. Hey, man, you got a lot of weird sounds going on over there.
Dog. Tried to get me on live television. That's what you tried to do. I see you trying to set me up, try to hit me with the woo wop. I got you. All right. Listen, not gonna fall for your tactics, Pat. I'm not gonna fall for you. I'm gonna be the bigger man and the mature one of the group. Distinguished.
For one.
Anyway, who do you have now as we're talking NBA, we're talking, trade deadline coming up, things of that nature. And I want to, give you a topic that at least allows you to segue and bounce off something real quick. But there was a report saying, I forgot who it said, I think it may be Jalen Rose. I don't know if you can justify wasting Joel Embiid's prime. I want to get your thoughts on that one. I will be logging off, but I will be listening. Get your thoughts on that one and see, is Joel Embiid's prime absolutely being wasted? And is Dame's prime being wasted? And then segue into some other conversation as to who you think should absolutely make some moves. I hope that was a good segue into something that carry you on for 26 minutes, my boy.
Hey, we're going to keep it going, man. I appreciate you for pulling up and rocking with us, man.
Always, my dude.
Hey, stay safe out there, man.
You too.
Go shovel some snow. Hey, no. Is Joel Embiid's prime being wasted? No. They're winning. They're doing a lot around they're doing a lot around him to help him be successful. It's just not working out as well as you would hope. The Sixers, to me, are going to be a completely different team when the Sixers, to me, are going to be a completely different team when they move on from Ben Simmons. Because of what they're essentially going to get back. To me, they're a team that's going to I would hope at a minimum get back a couple of solid players who can contribute to what Joel is doing right now. But Joel, to me, is not being wasted. Joel is playing well. Joel's playing at an MVP level. Yeah, I'm saying Joel's still doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. To me, Dame's prime was already wasted. But that's Dame's decision. Dame wanted to be there. We have to stop saying wasted primes when people choose to stay. I understand in today's league, we often don't have a situation where we feel that, oh, this, you should have done this, or they did this because they wanted out of that city and so they should be let out of their contract. But if you choose to be somewhere, if you sign a contract, a legally binding contract, which is what that is, then you should be there. I don't like where the NBA's gone, where I understand trading a player for a year, but I don't like where the NBA's gone, where you're guaranteeing these contracts and I can't guarantee that you're going to stay. I think that's bad for the league. I get why the players do it, but I think that a bad precedent was set with James Harden when he said he didn't want to be there, and so he just didn't show up and just didn't stay and just didn't play well on purpose. To me, that set up a lot of what we're seeing with Ben Simmons right now. That set up a lot of what we're seeing with Ben Simmons right now. Just like Kid just said in the comments, if I'm an owner, I don't offer a long-term deal anymore. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense. To me, I'll give you 4 years. And 4 years is my max. I would never give out another 5-year deal again. And you would have a player option on year 3, maybe a team option on year 4. But it makes no sense to have these guys in the building when you can't guarantee that they're going to stick around. And these are not just small name pieces, they're major guys. Houston losing James Harden completely changed the trajectory of that team. That team went from being a contender to be in the Western Conference Finals to being a bottom of the barrel team in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? I would offer Muggs 1 year. I would give him more than a year. I'd give him 2-year deals so you can get settled in. Hey, listen, settle in, blah, blah, blah. It's not that we don't want you here, but we just know how this league goes. And I would collectively bargain something in the next CBA to where anything past 2 years, you are offered an option. Player option in year 3, team option year 4, if you want a 4-year deal. Cornelia says, unless you sign John Morant, I'll sign him to a long-term in a heartbeat. Listen, I would love to sign John Morant to a long-term deal, right? I would love to sign Kyrie Irving to a long-term deal. I would love to name whatever the player is. It's not about the talent. I would love to sign talent to long-term deals, but the players themselves don't stick around for those long-term deals. Like the video if you agree. The players themselves don't stick around for these long-term deals. James Harden is still playing under the Houston contract right now. They haven't signed him to a new contract in Brooklyn. He's still playing under the contract Houston gave him right now. Now, Russell Westbrook, a little different situation, but he's still playing under the contract that OKC gave him. But Russ wanted to be there when he finally asked out. That's a completely different situation. And so to me, I look at these teams, right? I would keep the rookie year deals the same so that it's 4 years for a rookie year deal. I would keep that the same. After that, you're not getting more than a 2-year deal out of me. And it's not because of you. It's because and listen, if you want to re-up, here's the thing, right? If you want to re-up and come back to the table after year 1, all right. Or in the middle of year 2, okay. I'd love to do that. We'd love for you to be here. You want to be here long term? All right. We'll sign you to a 4-year contract. Player option year 3, team option year 4, or maybe vice versa. Team option year 3, player option year 4. So that, if the team wants to move one way or the other, you know what I'm saying? But like to me, there's no loyalty from either side anymore. Very rarely. You see a little loyalty over in what they're doing in Portland with Dame. You saw loyalty with how they treated Russ until they wanted to rebuild. You know what I'm saying? Like the loyalty was there, but it's far and few between. Heck, even with how these organizations deal with these young guys. We talk about the Lakers all the time. The Lakers literally had a team of young guys and got rid of every one of them. Just moving on from that talent. Because they sold it for a championship. So no, I don't think that Joel Embiid's prime has been wasted. I don't think that I don't think that Dame Lillard's prime has been wasted. They've chosen to be there. They want to be there. Joel re-signed there, is making a lot of money. Dame re-signed there, is making a lot of money. You can't waste what you wanted to do. And I'm not just trading you away because all of a sudden it's not going the way that we planned. Guess what? You're still a big part of those plans. Still a very big part of those plans. I appreciate y'all for tuning in this early morning, man. If y'all ain't done so, hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do this Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m. Keeping it, just talking national sports, talking all different topics, man. Also talking our Chicago-based sports here. Interesting topic on the closeout as well. And we kind of touched on it when Kidd was in here. But mostly we're just focusing on Leslie Frazier. Did Saturday and Sunday's slate of playoff games change your opinion on who could be who could be the next head coach for the Chicago Bears? Or who should be the next head coach for the Chicago Bears? Ooh. Before I get to that, Shams Charania just tweeted, 76ers prefer to wait to pursue James Harden or another superstar in the offseason and want to save Ben Simmons for a potential deal over current market. They're going to hold on to Ben. Interesting. But, shout out to Pops in the chat. I looked at Sunday's game, right? Leslie Frazier's been a big name candidate for the Bears. Brian Daboll's been a name that's come up. Byron Leftwich is a name that's come up. I watched that game looking at how Byron managed that game in the most pressure-filled situation. And to me, it made me excited for what he could do as a head coach. Because they've told you down in Tampa, he's absolutely been the one calling the plays. He's absolutely the one that's when the pressure's on, he's in the position to call these plays. When the pressure was highest, now I get you have Tom Brady to do it with, but when the pressure was highest, he didn't panic, called the right plays, called plays to put them in a good position to win the game, and kept his and was able to call a game that got his team back into the game. Seeing how people deal with that stress. That's what I'm intrigued to see. Seeing how people deal with those stressful situations, with those pressure-filled situations, because if we're being honest, that's where you want your team to be. You want your team to be successful in those pressure-filled situations. You want your team to be prepared in those moments. On the flip side, what we saw from Leslie Frazier, and I understand versus one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, but your offense scores a touchdown. Excellent game plan by Brian Daboll. Your defense or your special teams pins them at the 25. And in 13 seconds, he drove down the field. And not only tied the game up, but on the flip side of that, you weren't able to get the job done in the overtime of the biggest game of your life. You weren't able to get a stop in the overtime. I understand he played well all season. I understand that defense is the top defense, but when it's all said and done, it's about getting the job done. What have we consistently seen from Leslie Frazier? Couldn't get the job done as a head coach. Couldn't get the job done here as a DC. Kids said the defense was tired. I agree. But to me, if your defense is tired, if your defense is not producing, or if your DBs can't keep up there, you got to add more DBs. I want to see how you lead your team when the pressure's on most. We saw a couple opportunities of that. When the pressure was on for Brian Daboll, led his team down the field. Josh Allen getting the job done, killing it. How he's developed him. Beautiful. On the defensive side, it's the biggest 13 seconds of your life right now. And I don't think they were put in the best position. I'm not even saying on the players. I don't think they were put in the best position to be successful in that situation. So that, to me, do I think Leslie Frazier's a bad DC? No. But I want to see how you are when the pressure is on, like I said. When the pressure was on for Leftwich, and this is if we're even talking coordinators. You know what I'm saying? When the pressure was on for Leftwich, he got the job done. He got his team back into it. Defense didn't do a good enough job to keep the Rams from getting that final drive done. I don't put that on Leftwich. And I've watched Byron Leftwich do this the entire season. Heck, if you want to talk about it, when the pressure was on for Eric Bieniemy, my God, what a play call to get your team down the field in 13 seconds. If we're gonna give flowers to anybody here, how's Bieniemy's name not being brought up more? Has he even gotten interviewed for a job yet? I mean, 13 seconds, absolute dots. And I'm not talking. It's not like Pat Mahomes still got to make the pass, right? The receiver still has to catch it, but wide open, wide open. Scheme means a lot. Listen, if I tell you this guy's going to be open when he breaks here, and he's wide open, whew, makes your quarterback's life a lot easier. I looked at Sunday's games, and I'm not gonna lie. I looked at a couple of those coaches, and it changed a lot for him. I was almost in with how they dismantled the Patriots defensively. I was almost in on Leslie. I was like, I don't know. Sunday shifted it for me a little bit. And it's not even so much that it's not even so much that Leftwich didn't do as well in the game versus one of the best quarterbacks of all time, or who's becoming one of the best quarterbacks of all time, I should say. Let me not give him that crown yet, even though he's doing a great job at putting himself in there. But it's the fact that it's the moments, right? who was it? I can't think of his last name. I know his first name's Herb. From the U.S. men's team, the U.S. hockey team. He said 4 or 5 moments. Herb Brooks. 4 or 5 moments. So all this game is made up of. Leslie Frazier had 4 or 5 moments where he had to have his team, have his defense be prepared for the biggest moment of their life. 4 or 5 moments. And they weren't. And that says a lot to me. I understand they're tired. I understand it's Pat Mahomes. I understand. But hey, listen, they get paid to play on the other side of that football too. And you're supposed to be putting them in the best position to be successful. I can say that about the other guys. I can say that about Bieniemy. I can say that about Leftwich. I can say that about Daboll. They put their side of the ball in the best position to be successful time and time again. That's what you got to do. Right now, the Buffalo Bills are not in the playoffs because their defense did not hold up. That says a lot, especially when you're the side of that ball that holds up. When you're it's not like they were a top 15 defense and this is what we expected. They were a top defense in the NFL. And so it's going to be interesting to me to see how it plays out. Now, of course, with the Bears, the Bears are going to look at that and they're going to say, "Oh man, listen, we understand that he ended up losing in that situation, but I mean, come on. Anybody could lose in that situation." It's interesting, man. It's interesting. Hey, listen, I'll say this. At a minimum, let's find our GM. And it looks like it's leaning toward Morocco Brown. It's looking like it's leaning towards Morocco Brown. Hey, shout out the kid for that one too. He said real quick, McPherson is a GOAT kicker. He definitely told McPherson definitely told Joey B on the side, well, looks like we're going to the AFC Championship game before he went out there and kicked it. That is hilarious. But yeah, we're definitely it definitely looks like we're gonna end up with Morocco Brown. And that's tough, dog. Because, dog, I'm sick of y'all in this. I'm the new Bears GM, dog. Shout out to everybody over on the contender side as well, man. We gonna drop y'all off. We're gonna keep it going here for the last couple minutes. Shout out to y'all. But dog, I'm getting sick of y'all with this Pat's the new Bears GM. Pat's gonna be able to get me Bears tickets. I'm not getting y'all no Bears tickets. But I see the resemblance, is what I'm saying. Hey, look. I'm not happy about it. But I see the resemblance. But it's looking like he's coming in as the front runner as the Bears GM, which is interesting because we'd heard Rick Smiths was interested in the job, and then all of a sudden we didn't hear his name again. A lot of interesting stuff we're gonna be breaking down, man. It's gonna be fun. We got a fun week ahead of us. We appreciate you guys for tuning in and rocking with us as always, man. It's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Appreciate Kid for tuning in and rocking with us. I can see the jokes coming already, man. Yo, Chicago, hey world, y'all stay safe out there, man. We'll be back bright and early tomorrow at 6 a.m. Peace.